Money was my whole life, my biggest problem, the only thing I ever wanted, yet the only thing that I could not get. Even in the first grade, I knew I wanted money more than anything. I itched for it. I wanted it. I had to get it, and I would do anything for it. And I mean literally anything. And this is where my story begins. 1 week after I started my business, I literally had trouble hiding all the money I had. I looked adorable posing outside the Disney castle in the cutest dress. I uploaded the photo, and within 5 minutes, the likes and comments came flooding in. Ah, yes. This was going to be one of my most popular pictures ever. I was about to become an influencer, and it was all thanks to Churritos, the Photoshop king, whom I never met in real life. I was about to put up another photo when my mom called my name. Oh no, I pretended to be asleep. She couldn't know about this. No way. Well, to be honest, I didn't actually go to the Disney castle. In fact, I'd never traveled anywhere. My Instagram account was one gigantic lie, and Churritos was my key to success. I'd send him photos and he'd Photoshop them to look amazing. The best part? No one knew I was a fake. No one. Not even my parents. There was one other secret. Even Churritos didn't know that the photos I was sending him weren't even mine. Yup, I'd found a French model on the internet and was using her pictures. I just wanted to make some quick money. Ha, I had all this figured out. But fame wasn't enough for me. I wanted money, so I came up with another brilliant idea. What if we started a business to Photoshop people's profiles to make them more popular? I mean, who doesn't want more likes on their social content, right? We made a new account and got down to business. Pretty soon, messages were pouring in. Turned out everyone wanted to be an Instagram model. I felt rich already. It wasn't only about looking beautiful. People asked for different things also. One girl asked if we could cut her stepmom out of her picture. Then she paid us $100. It was so easy. Another girl asked us to make her crush smile to her. Another asked to remove their body hair, to add expensive cars, to add a dragon, to replace their cheating boyfriend with a dog, to make her sister uglier than her, to make their teacher pee in her pants, and so many other crazy things. But the real moneymaker was making the nose smaller and lips bigger. The thing is, my parents were really poor. Whatever they earned, they'd spend on my education. There was never enough money for pretty dresses or travel vacations. This one time, I asked my mom to buy me a lip gloss, and her face turned purple. Sheesh, she was always overreacting. All I wanted was to be rich by any means. They had no idea what I was up to. If they knew I was spending 99% of my time on Insta, they would probably disown me. After a couple of weeks, I'd already earned enough to buy myself a whole new wardrobe. I had to hide it under my bed in a special box because if my parents found out, they'd think I was selling myself. One day, I was in the school bathroom changing into my new Gucci dress when I overheard a couple of girls talking about our Photoshop account. I almost laughed my bum off. If only they knew it was me. I texted Churritos to tell him we were the talk of the town and then came out of the toilet stall. One of the girls was still there. Her name was Belinda, and she was a goddess. She was everything I wanted to be. I smiled at her, but she took one look at me and said, "Oh, Valerie, you should definitely contact the Photoshop people. They might even be able to make you look half decent for a change." I was so humiliated. How could she be so rude to me? I ran out of the bathroom stall almost in tears. But then I thought, why should I care about stupid Belinda when money was rolling in, right? Then one day, a jewelry brand emailed my fake travel account offering me $1,000 for a sponsored post. There was one tiny problem, though. I actually had to go to the jewelers to collect the necklace for the post. If they saw me, my gig would be up in smoke. But the money was so good, I just couldn't resist. At this rate, I could even afford plastic surgery. And then I might even end up prettier than Belinda. So I did what all the models do when they want to lay low. I wore the biggest sunglasses I could find. I put on super fancy clothes and wrapped a silk scarf around my head. No one could tell it was me. The store treated me so well, and all I had to do was to act slightly rude when they told me to take off my scarf. I could do this forever. Life was perfect. But that's when the weirdest thing happened. After having worked with Churritos, I started developing feelings for him. He was just so nice to me. He said I was the prettiest girl he'd ever seen, and I totally deserved to go to all these places I wanted to go to. He made my heart flutter. One day, he asked if we could meet. I was so bummed. I so badly wanted to say yes, but I didn't want to lose him. I knew I should tell him I'd been lying about my image. But I wasn't ready. Days later, Belinda texted us. I almost screamed with joy. She asked if we could make it look like she was traveling on weekends. I told Churritos she'd bullied me and asked him to do a bad job, but he refused. He said we had to be professional. Otherwise, she might not pay us. And I guess he had a point. I did want the money. Plus, I felt so satisfied that she was faking her life too. She kept coming back to us, which I found hilarious at first. But after a few weeks, her account was almost as popular as my fake French model account. I couldn't believe it. Sure, we were rolling in cash now, but I didn't want her to overtake me. It felt like she was my competition, and I told Choritos I didn't want to work with her anymore. He didn't reply that day. I guess I should have known something was fishy because that's when things started going downhill. What happened the next morning made my heart sink. He had sent me a message saying he didn't want to do this anymore, as it was interfering with his studies, and that we'd already made enough money. I was really surprised and mad. How could he just want out when we were doing so well? And I thought we were friends now. I asked him if we could meet up, and then he just didn't respond. I couldn't believe it. I was furious. What a traitor. I didn't need him. I could do this on my own. I removed him from the Instagram account and then posted an ad. I would be a one-woman show from now on. That's when I realized what a huge mistake I'd made. I had been so bummed about Choritos that I'd posted the ad on the French model account. By the time I saw what I had done, everyone had seen it and they knew my pictures were photoshopped. I was devastated. My account lost followers immediately and people were making fun of me. Even everyone at school kept talking about it. After school, I was miserable, so I went to the park to calm myself down. I was sitting under my favorite tree when I noticed Belinda walking into the park. I quickly hid behind the trunk so she wouldn't see me and then noticed her walking towards a boy. Ugh, I rolled my eyes. They kissed and then sat down on a bench. Pretty soon they were laughing like hyenas. I wanted to know what they were laughing about, so I got closer. To my horror, they were talking about me. Well, the other me. But me. Belinda was telling him about the influencer who had been her competition. She was so happy to have that girl out of her way. The guy said he was happy for her and kept laughing at how stupid I was. I wanted to punch him. And then he said something that left me shook. He said, I actually know the girl who has that account. I was running the Photoshop account with her. Oh my God. I almost passed out. Choritos was Belinda's boyfriend? What the? He gave Belinda a kiss and said, not like you, babe. I mean, sure, your photos aren't real, but at least it's your face. And Belinda looked at him with the biggest puppy eyes and said she was so grateful that my Photoshop account had brought them together. I wanted to puke. It was time to get out, but I should have known the universe was set against me because just as I was about to leave, Chorito said something that ruined my life. He had hacked the French model account when I refused to see him and had found out that I was using someone else's face. He added that he had traced me back to Belinda's school. I gasped. Please don't say it. Please don't say it. Belinda was all ears. No way, she said. Tell me who. Then in the worst 2 seconds of my life, I heard Choritos say my name. For a second, Belinda was silent. The whole world was silent for a minute. And then she roared with laughter. I wanted to die. How could Choritos do this to me? Belinda obviously spared no time in telling everyone that I was behind the fake French model profile. I instantly became the school's laughingstock, but at least my parents didn't know anything about it. Things were really terrible at school. One time, my math teacher commented I should waste less time on Instagram and focus on studies. Everyone laughed. The only person who didn't was geeky little Freddie. He just looked at me and his eyes showed empathy from behind his thick glasses. However, I couldn't bear the laughs, and I was humiliated and furious and heartbroken. Why was this happening to me? I decided I wanted to take revenge on Belinda and Choritos. I was going to do something wicked to them. I wanted to get rich and flaunt my money in their faces, and I knew just how to do it. I made a third new account, hired a different photo editor, and got to work immediately. Thanks to my already established connections, I knew where to begin. I started getting requests like crazy, and soon I had built quite a profile once again. I was back in business, all by myself. More money for me. Then I set up a fake account of another pretty girl, keeping it as secret as possible. From there, I messaged Choritos one day. He replied immediately, the cheater. I started flirting with him and told him he was the cutest boy I had ever seen. Like I didn't know that was a fake profile. He started flirting back with me almost immediately. When I asked him if he was dating anyone, he said no. I laughed. There you go, Belinda. You're no more special than me. I took screenshots and moved to stage 2 of my plan. I asked to meet Choritos and immediately he agreed. Then I also messaged Belinda and told her Choritos was cheating. At first, she wouldn't believe me, but I told her where I was meeting him. She said she'd be there. Ah, sweet success. I couldn't help feeling overjoyed. The next day, I texted Chiritos and Belinda to make sure they were both coming. I had decided to call them to the very park they betrayed me in. When they saw each other there, the looks on their faces were priceless. Chiritos tried to make up a story, but Belinda showed him the screenshots I'd sent her. There was no escaping this. Chiritos almost looked like he was about to cry, and Belinda looked like she would make him. I sat behind the tree laughing. I could hear her yelling all the way from where I was hiding. Life was good. That's what you get for humiliating me, Belinda. But the very next second, the most horrible thing happened. 2 police officers approached me and asked if I was Valerie. I said yes with a shaking voice. One of the officers started reading out my Miranda rights. I was shocked. What was this all about? I had done nothing wrong. The commotion also attracted Chiritos and Belinda's attention. They stopped fighting and came over to see what was happening. It was just my luck that they saw I was getting arrested. I kept asking what I'd done wrong, but the cops said they had to escort me to the police station where they would call my parents and explain everything. I was scared to death as I got into the police car. I swear I saw Belinda and Chiritos laughing. I wanted to cry. Once we got to the police station and my parents had arrived, looking totally confused and anxious, the chief investigator told us that they had convicted a serial offender who they had been looking for several months. It turned out he used fake internet IDs to scam people. They had reverse-tracked his fake IDs to my account. They were arresting me for assisting a federal criminal, and I would have to appear before a judge. I was horrified. My mom was so embarrassed that she started crying on the spot. Dad just stood there silently in shock. I wanted the ground to open up and swallow me whole. My life was over. I was going to be thrown in prison. The idea of the cold, dark walls of a prison cell made me want to puke. I started shaking and crying uncontrollably. Mom asked the police chief to let me go, but he said there was nothing he could do. When we appeared before the judge, our lawyer advised us to plead guilty to all the felonies I had committed. Since I was underage, they couldn't send me to prison, and I was so thankful. The police said that they were going to take down all of my accounts and I would have to repay the victims. I thought I had earned some really decent cash, and not only did it get taken away, but also my parents had to pay extra fees for the lawyer and court expenses. My dad didn't speak to me for an entire week, and Mom locked herself in her room and cried her eyes out. At school the next week, I tried to keep my head down, but there was no escaping Belinda. Seeing me at the park, she had obviously put 2 and 2 together and understood I was behind her and Chirito's fight. So she even forgave him. But me? Everyone was whispering about me. At lunch, Belinda the demon came up to me and said, "Valerie, you're pathetic. First, you make fake accounts, then you get involved with criminals." I wanted to shout back at her and tell everyone she was a fake too, but I was too scared to even try now. I snuck around in the shadows all day, hoping no one would see me. Sometimes I went to the park to cry. I was devastated. I just didn't understand why all this was happening to me. One day, as I sat crying under a tree, I heard a voice, and I almost jumped out of my skin. I swear if it was Belinda, I was going to punch her, but it turned out to be Geeky Freddy. He asked me if I was okay. I sniffed and rolled my eyes at him. After everything that was happening, did he expect me to be okay? Suddenly, he just started laughing. That's it. I couldn't punch Belinda, but this geek was getting his butt kicked. I was about to jump to my feet when he said, "Valerie, you're better than that. You don't need to fake your life to be successful. You can study and work hard and prove to all those people that you're more than just a pretty face." I stared at him with narrowed eyes. "You think I'm pretty?" He went bright red and said he'd had a crush on me for years. I was shook. Then he quickly changed the topic and said he'd show me something I wouldn't believe. His Instagram account, it had more than 50,000 followers, and it was about science. He jokingly told me to stalk his account when I had time and left. That night, I couldn't get Freddie out of my head. I deleted Chirito's number from my phone. I never wanted to speak to him again. And then I was about to text Freddie on Insta when my parents suddenly burst into my room. They were shaking with anger and said they'd spoken to the school and found out I hadn't applied to college at all. They said they worked so hard for me to go to school and I was doing all these crazy things for some cash. I was so embarrassed. They did have a point. I tried to apologize, but they were crazy mad at me. I heard my mom crying herself to sleep and my dad just kept slamming doors. I knew I had to make it up to them, but how? I texted Freddie for ideas, but he said he was busy and would talk to me later. I was disappointed. I thought we were becoming friends, but when I got to school, I saw something that made my jaw drop. All over the hallway at school were photos from Belinda's Insta account, and they said fake on them in red ink. I knew Belinda would think I'd done it, but I didn't even care. I later learned from my friends that Chiritos broke up with her after her reputation went south. I didn't feel the least bit of sympathy. They well deserved each other. Turns out it had been Freddie. And when I saw him at lunch that day, I literally threw myself at him and hugged him. Everyone had been laughing at Belinda. She was no better than me. Freddie just laughed and said he hated to see me so hurt and that Belinda deserved it. 6 months later, my life is finally on the right track. I studied really hard with Freddie after school for my SATs and did a restaurant job on the side to save up for college. And finally, I'm in. And my parents couldn't be prouder. Freddie the genius is off to med school, but I still get to see him every day because we are dating now. Guess what I'm studying? I'm doing a degree in business. I figured I really have a flair for selling and marketing things to people. After all, I did manage to run a business successfully when I was only 14.
Hello, my name is Simona and I'm from Spain. Please like and subscribe. Growing up, what I hated most was when my parents argued and yelled at each other. And it happened a lot. But there were some moments when we'd all laugh together. Like when I turned 3, Dad came home with the biggest unicorn doll for me. And Mom baked my favorite vanilla cake. It was the happiest day of my life.
Simona, you're the best thing that's ever happened. When you were born, our world changed.
Yes, darling. You mean everything to us. Mom worked as a secretary at a big insurance company, and Dad worked at a local store. So we lived a pretty average life. But then one day when I was 4, Mom came home driving her boss's expensive car and told Dad that she was leaving him. Please don't go, Mom. I love you. Oh, my baby. Tell you what, you will visit me at my new house every weekend. I watched Mom pack her bags and drive away, and Dad was so sad. He told me that he and Mom were now separated. Months later, he took me to visit her at her new fancy house. And she was sitting with her boss carrying a new baby. Simona, I'd like you to meet your baby sister, Luisa. Luisa was the luckiest little baby because her dad bought her all the toys in the world. I liked going to their mansion, and Mom would be so happy every time I visited. But soon Luisa started crying so hard for Mom's attention that it became difficult for us to spend any time together. Once when I was 5 and Luisa was a toddler, Mom took us to the zoo and bought us both candy. But Luisa threw hers into the baboon cage, and then she started crying hysterically for more. She even started pulling Mom's hair, and I gave her my candy so she'd calm down and give Mom a break. Oh, Simona, thank you so much. You've always been such an understanding child. I hope your sister grows up to be just like you.
Thanks, Mom. We just want you to be happy.
Since Mom had left, Dad always tried to hide his sadness and make me laugh with his jokes and dramatic bedtime stories. And I tried my best to always make him proud and happy too. Once in 2nd grade, Dad came to my school for a parent-teacher meeting, and my teacher, Esmeralda, told him all sorts of nice things about me, since I was the top student in her class.
Wow, I'm so proud of you, darling.
You should be. Simona is a very special little girl. Right after the meeting, Dad invited Esmeralda to come with us for pizza. He looked really happy around her, and soon after, he started seeing her more often. And I didn't mind at all because she was very nice to me. Once in 4th grade, we went to the ice rink together, and Esmeralda showed me how to skate. Okay, I'm not letting go of your hand until you're strong on your feet. I think I can skate on my own. Look! I let go of her grip and twirled around, feeling like I was flying. And then suddenly my leg twisted and I fell down hard. I felt dizzy and I saw Esmeralda running towards me as I blacked out. I was rushed to the hospital and my leg was put through so many scans and then bandaged up. Esmeralda couldn't stop crying. This is all my fault. I'm so sorry, Simona.
No, please, don't blame yourself.
I wanted to skate on my own. Dad hugged Esmeralda to make her feel better. And just then, Mom barged in with Luisa.
How could you let this happen?
She started yelling at Dad, and they both got into a big argument, forgetting all about me. Guys, stop! Everyone looked at me, and then Luisa came closer to my bed, looking angry.
I had a big concert today, and I was the lead, but now I'm here because Mom was worried about you. You ruined my concert.
Luisa, you can't speak to your sister like that.
She just got injured. Luisa pulled an ugly face at me, and just then the doctor walked in with some bad news. He told my parents that my leg would never be normal again. I walked with a limp, and at school I couldn't participate in any sports, but I still remained the top student in the class. And everyone was so nice to me since I'd never had trouble making friends. and I always helped them with their homework. One day when I was in 7th grade, Esmeralda watched how I helped some kids understand a math equation, and she was so impressed. Simona, you would make a really good teacher one day.
Yes, I would love to be a teacher one day, just like you, Esmeralda.
Esmeralda really cared about me, and when I was in 8th grade, Dad told me that he wanted to marry her. I was so happy for them. Dad even invited Mom and her family. This was his way of finally making peace. Just before the event started, I found Louisa standing and glaring at the big wedding cake.
What are you doing here, alone? Whatever I want. This cake looks so delicious.
Yes, it is, but don't stand too close. We don't want any accidents. She smirked at me, and then suddenly, she stuck her finger out and scooped the frosting off the cake. Hey, you can't do that. But she just laughed and reached for the cake again. I ran forward to pull her away. As she tried to push me off, we both started wrestling and crashed straight into the cake. Just then, Mom and Dad appeared, looking speechless.
What have you girls done?
It wasn't me, Dad, honest. Mom surprised me when she yelled at Louisa.
I'm so tired of your behavior, Louisa. Your father has spoiled you so much that everywhere you go, you ruin things. Simona was such a good child compared to you.
Well, maybe I should tell Dad to send you back to your poor family.
Both Dad and I were so shocked at the way Louisa spoke to Mom. And after the wedding, when I visited Mom again, I noticed that Louisa was awful to Mom all the time and bossed her around because her dad gave her the power to do so.
Mom, my Prada jacket still has a stain. Get it cleaned right now. I need it for school.
Okay, dear. Why are you so mean to Mom?
Because she never does anything right. And if she doesn't listen, my dad will kick her out.
She's our mom. Don't you love her?
Well, she loves you more, so I guess I love my dad more.
When I tried to talk to Mom about what was going on in her life, she told me not to worry and said she could handle it. There wasn't much I could do to help her. One day in 10th grade, I was studying in the school library when a boy came out and sat on the table opposite to me. I knew exactly who he was. Jared. He was one of the hot, popular guys at school and was reading one of my all-time favorite books. My eyes kept wandering to him now and then, and I tried not to make it too obvious. But he was just so gorgeous. And while I sat zoned out in my fantasy, he suddenly started waving in my face.
Hey, are you okay?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't staring. I was actually,
It's okay. I'm used to it. That's why I sometimes come in here to hide away from the girls coming after me. My parents wanted me to be a model because of all the attention I get.
Yes, you're very good looking. Modeling would suit you.
I actually like books and reading. I don't like being in the spotlight.
I was so surprised because I always saw him surrounded by girls. I was never after him because he was way out of my league. But after meeting him in the library, we actually became good friends because we had so much in common. One day, he asked if I'd like to see the latest Star Wars movie with him, and I was so excited that another kid in school liked that kind of stuff. We even dressed up like the characters and had the time of our lives. I'm so happy to finally have a Star Wars partner.
Me too. You're such a cool person to hang out with.
He looked deep into my eyes, and then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked because it all felt like a dream. And then I looked down at my leg and started doubting myself and wondering if any of this was real.
Hey, what's wrong?
Jared, you're like the hottest guy on this planet, and there's so many pretty girls without any issues like mine. So why me?
There's nothing wrong with you, Simona. You're perfect.
Jared liked me just as I was, and I learned to love myself with my brokenness. Life at school felt great until one day Mom called me with some surprising news.
Honey, Louisa will be joining your school. She got expelled from her fancy private school because she was bullying kids.
But Mom, she won't fit in at my school.
No other school will accept her. Please look out for her and show her around. Maybe she can learn something from you.
The next day, Louisa walked into my school wearing a white fluffy coat and black shades. Just as she approached me, a group of girls snuck up behind her and spray painted her coat.
What is wrong with you fools? This is Dolce & Gabbana. Oh my gosh, you ruined it.
The girls went ballistic and lifted her off her feet. What did you call us? Put me down! When I told the girls that she was my sister, they let her go. What is wrong with the people in your school? This is not one of your fancy schools, and all the newbies get spray painted. It's tradition. That's why I hated the idea of a public school. Poor people have no class. Ugh, she was such a snob. While I was showing Louisa around, we bumped into Jared and he kissed me before running off to class. Louisa looked at me, stunned. Oh my God, how did the hottest guy in school end up with you? Why? What's wrong with me? Everything. You're boring, you dress like a granny, and you have a broken leg. You're just a very ugly person inside and out, Louisa. I'm going to steal him from you. Watch and see. I wasn't threatened by my stupid sister. After school, when Jared walked me out to the gate, Louisa ran after us and slipped her number into his pocket. Before I could say anything, Jared spoke up.
Louisa, what's wrong with you? I'm with your sister and I'm crazy about her. Please, just stay away from me.
I smiled widely as Louisa turned red, and just then Esmeralda came to pick me up. We had to wait till Mom came for Louisa, and she yelled on the phone at Mom for being late.
Hey, you can't speak to your mom that way.
Mind your own business, lady. You are not my stepmother. Louisa was just out of control. I decided I was done with her. I completely ignored her for the next day at school, and during recess, she insulted some girls by calling them poor, and they all surrounded her, but I didn't run to her rescue.
Hey, aren't those girls hurting your sister?
Yes, but she can't control her awful mouth. Whatever happens to her, she deserves it.
Yeah, but she's still your sister.
Jared always had a way to make me think twice, so I stepped into the circle of girls and found my sister crying. Simona, please tell them to bring back my bag. Not until you promise to change your ways, especially how you speak to Mom. I promise. Please, please save me from these mean girls. It's not so nice when it's done to you, right? I told the girls to leave my sister alone, and then she joined me and Jared for lunch. And to my shock, she actually apologized for being a jerk. I'm really sorry, Simona. I've always been mean to you and Mom because I always felt she loved you more. But today, when those girls were mean to me, I felt what it was like to be the weak one. I've hurt so many people already. Well, it's never too late to change. Later that day when my
Hi, I'm Olivia from New York. Please like and subscribe because my story animated will give $1,000 to one lucky person in the coming 7 days. My supermodel mom and lawyer dad lived in a beautiful mansion with my sister Sophie when I came along. The minute Mom laid her eyes on me, she was obsessed. Oh my God, have you ever seen a baby this perfect? People did have some strange reactions when they saw me. Once, a friend of Mom's was visiting us, and she just wouldn't put me down. Oh, that dark hair and those green eyes, and that beautiful olive skin. Just let me have her. You can keep my daughter. Just then, her demon daughter came running straight at me to attack. But before she even got close, Sophie pounced on her. Then she kicked Mom's friend really hard, picked me up, and dashed out of the room. Sophie was the most amazing older sister and always had my back, even against our mom. See, Mom had retired, and she was just around me all the time, doing crazy things. When I was only 4, she had 10 women applying products to my hair and skin every day for hours. I'd sing non-stop to annoy them. Let me go, let me go. I'm one with the wind and sky. Just let her be, Mom. Why does she even need all this stuff? Oh, you wouldn't understand. You're quite plain and not pretty at all. But your sister's beauty is extraordinary. It must be taken care of. Her words seemed to make Sophie really sad, so I spat at her and slapped her hand away. Touch me again and I will end you. I threw such a big tantrum, Mom had to fire her. On my 5th birthday, my parents threw a huge party and got me a gorgeous cake. But as soon as I started eating some, Mom pulled the plate away. Sugar isn't good for your skin, sweetie. Here, eat a carrot. No, I want cake! Mom managed to snatch the plate away, but then I jumped onto the table and started stuffing chunks of cake in my mouth. Everyone was laughing as Mom came running and carried me off. Just then, a friend of hers approached us. He was a movie director, and he begged Mom to let him cast me in his next movie. My parents were only too happy to say yes, and the very next day we were packing up for a movie shoot in LA.
But Mom, Olivia is starting school next week.
Oh, school schmool. She can always join it when she's back. This is a chance we can't miss. Sophie was left behind with the nanny, and I was so excited to see her after 2 months. But next thing I knew, I was being whisked off to another project, and then another, and another. I never joined school, and my parents hired a tutor who traveled with us. I lived in this world of makeup, cameras, and strangers, and it was lonely. I just wanted a normal life. When I was 12, we were in Canada for a movie when I spotted some kids skating on a frozen lake from my hotel window. I ran off to join them, and seconds later, I heard a loud scream. I saw that a girl had fallen through a soft patch of ice, and she was drowning. I raced to her and jumped into the water. As I pulled her out, some people gathered around and rushed us inside the hotel lobby, and they were calling me a hero. I took off my wet coat and bent next to the girl, asking her if she was okay. She suddenly looked up at me with a disgusted face.
Ew! Get away from me! What's wrong with your skin, you alien?
Wow, was that her thank you? But then I looked down at my arms and I had purple scaly patches all over. What was happening? Suddenly, Mom came running in and dragged me away. And next thing I knew, we were flying back home to see the best skin doctor. He told us that I had a condition called psoriasis. It's a skin disease that happens because—
Oh, shut up!
Don't explain it to me, just fix it. But no matter how many doctors we went to or what we tried, nothing seemed to work. Mom, I can't do it anymore. Can we please stop these treatments? They just make things worse. So this is how you want to be, huh? Fine, I give up. You're not the same girl I had. You're ugly to me now.
Mom, are you crazy? Her condition isn't her fault, and she's still the same person.
But from that day on, Mom started ignoring me completely and canceled all my movie deals. Well, I wasn't upset about that. I could be with Sophie now and even go to school. I didn't want anyone to find out about my condition, so I made sure to wear jeans and a full-sleeve t-shirt on the first day of 8th grade. But the welcome I got was something I wasn't expecting at all. Oh my God, you're Olivia, right? The movie star? Oh, you're even prettier in real life.
OMG, I love you! I'd do anything to have your beautiful skin.
If only they knew. But for now, my secret was safe, and I was surrounded by all these boys and girls wanting to be my friends. As they led me to the classroom, I suddenly heard a voice that sounded rather familiar.
Well, well, look who's here. It's the Little Mermaid herself. Have you shown everyone your fish scales yet?
It was that girl from the frozen lake.
What are you talking about, Donna?
I rushed to her and pulled her out of the classroom. Listen, can you please keep my condition to yourself?
Why?
Why should I do that for you? Because I'm asking you to. Why are you being this way after I helped you?
Oh, so what? I'm supposed to be grateful? Somebody else would have helped me if you weren't around. And sure, I'll keep your little secret, as long as you do what I say.
With that, she winked at me and walked back into the classroom. Why did this Donna have to be at my school, in my class? I knew she was just gonna make me miserable, and that she did. She was making me carry her stuff, dumping all of her homework on me, making me bring food for her at lunch. I always made sure to spit on it first, but I was getting really annoyed.
Oh, thank you, Olivia. You're such a good friend, and so humble for a movie star.
But then she went really overboard. One day in math class, the teacher announced a mental math quiz, and Donna instantly passed a note to me. Answer every question by saying, "I'm a moron and I don't know anything."
What? I'm not going to do this.
She just shrugged and gave me an evil grin, and I knew my secret would be out as soon as class ended. The teacher started asking questions, and I was dreading my turn. "Olivia, how many minutes are there in a month?" I'm a moron and I don't know anything." "What nonsense! Come on now, take a few seconds and tell me the answer." I'm a moron and I don't know anything. It's basic multiplication. You don't know how to multiply? I'm a moron and— Oh my God! You're just being cheeky with me, aren't you? Tell me, what is 2 times 2? I'm a moron and I don't know anything. The teacher immediately sent me to the principal, and Sophie was called in. I was given 2 weeks of detention, and Sophie was surprised at my behavior. As we walked out of the office, she asked, "What's going on, Olivia? That's really not like you." I told her everything about Donna, and she was so mad. What a little jerk. Olivia, you can't keep doing everything she says. These other kids like you, and they're your friends. So what if they find out about your condition? Sophie, you won't understand, okay? I don't want anyone to know. The way Donna reacted when she saw me, and have you forgotten Mom? She can't even look at me anymore. You don't know what it's like being told you're ugly. I don't know what it's like? Olivia, that's all I ever heard growing up. I was the ugly sister and you were the beautiful one. Everyone made me feel it. And it did hurt, a lot. But I realized that I'm so much more than my skin and what I look like. And so are you. Anyone who tells you otherwise isn't worth being friends with. Wow, Sophie was so amazing and strong. And she was right. I couldn't let Donna hold this over me forever. So the next day, when she told me to get her lunch, I walked over with a plate of spaghetti and smashed it straight in her face. "What do you think you're doing, witch?" "What? I just brought you lunch. Didn't anyone ever teach you to say thank you?" She flew out of her chair and leapt at me. As I tried to push her off, suddenly a bunch of boys from class lifted her away. "Donna, are you crazy? Don't you dare hurt Olivia. You could have scratched her perfect face." "Perfect? Oh, this girl is far from perfect, and you'll soon find out." As she stormed off, I was left to wonder what she'd do next. And I didn't have to wait for too long. A few days later, this cute boy Colin from my class invited me to a party, and I happily accepted. We were having a really good time, and as he led me to the dance floor, suddenly Donna came flying out of nowhere, and she shoved him away. "Colin, get away from her! She'll give you her disease." And with that, she suddenly pulled hard on my sleeve and ripped it right off. The people standing around us gasped. "Just look at her arm. She's probably got fish scales all over. I just saved you from a freak. You're welcome." Colin stared at her in shock and then looked furious. "Donna, you're a psycho. I already know about her condition, and so do the rest of her friends. She told us. This doesn't change anything for me. She's still amazing and 10 times prettier than you." As everyone stared at Donna in disgust, she started screaming, and Colin had her thrown out of his party. Well, Donna was an outcast now. No one in class wanted to talk to her, and I was trying to be more comfortable with myself and started wearing different clothes too. But one day I was out with Sophie when I had a really bad flare-up, and my skin started itching worse than ever. She took me to my skin doctor, and he gave me some cream to relieve it. "Like I was telling your mother the other day, the best way to keep it under control is to get plenty of sunlight and—" Wait, my mother was here the other day? Why, yes, of course. I mean, she has the same condition. Wait, what? When I went home with Sophie, I burst into the living room where Mom and Dad were sitting. "Mom, you're such a liar. You made me feel so ashamed of my skin condition when you suffer from it yourself." "What? How did you find out?" "I don't even want to look at you, Mom. Dad, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to the lawyer in you. I want a divorce from Mom. I don't want to be her daughter anymore." "Olivia, please don't say that. I'm not ashamed of you. I hate myself for passing this on to you. You got it from me. I gave up modeling when I got psoriasis, but that was nothing compared to how bad I felt giving my condition to you. I just don't know how to deal with my guilt, but I should never have made you feel bad. Please, please forgive me. If only you'd shared it with me, Mom. I wouldn't have felt so alone and unloved. Baby, I love you more than I can say, but I was foolish and wrong. And I'm really, really sorry." It took me a while, but I eventually forgave Mom. I understood she'd treated me this way because of her own insecurities. But my true rock is Sophie, who always loved me unconditionally and made me realize my own worth.
Hi, I'm Kiara from Norway. Please like and subscribe. From the moment I was born, my dad decided I'd be the future of our small country. He was the head of the government and was loved and respected by everyone. Dad always wanted me to be like him, so my training started pretty young. You must have seen kids running after butterflies in the park or jumping on couches. Well, I never did any of that. Instead, I had to attend special etiquette classes as soon as I was old enough to sit at the table. I never spoke loudly, and there were certain words I wasn't allowed to use, like poop or pee. Always say, "I want to drop the browns in the bowl," or
I want to put gravity to good use. Well, that did get me some strange looks in kindergarten, but I didn't care. One time when I was 7, I went with Mom to my friend's birthday party. I was having an amazing time stuffing my mouth with cake, but when I wanted a 5th helping, Mom refused. You know the sugar rush makes you hyperactive, Kiara. No more cake. But when Mom wasn't looking, I sneaked to the table quietly and cut myself a huge slice. Just then, Mom saw me and tried to snatch it from my hand when my classmate Naomi bumped into me and the cake went flying onto Mom's face.
What have you done? I wanted that cake. It's so yummy and sugary. Not like all those awful salads I have to eat at home. Here, have mine. This one's even more sugary since I added strawberry syrup on top. And here's a secret. Salads taste much better when you put chocolate sauce on it.
That was genius. I tried her recipe that night, and the sugar rush made me go wild. I transformed into a little tornado bouncing off the walls, destroying everything in sight. And Dad was not amused. He gave me the biggest lecture on how I needed to behave responsibly and grounded me for a week with no gadgets, no storybooks, and no desserts. This should teach you how to live a disciplined life. I sulked for hours, but knew better than to argue with Dad. The next day at school, Naomi asked me if I tried her recipe, and I told her the truth.
But that's so lame. If kids won't eat sugar, then who will? We can't have the sugar factories go bankrupt, right?
After that day, Naomi brought sweet treats for me every day, and soon, we became best friends. Meanwhile at school, I studied my butt off to ensure I topped my grades. I knew it was always expected of me, and I loved studying anyway, so I wasn't complaining. But studying wasn't the only thing I was good at. By the time I was in high school, I was the president of the student council, a national-level chess player, and the best actress in the school's drama club. And I absolutely loved the drama club. It was the only time in my life when I could forget who I was and slip into the life of another character. One time, I got chosen to play Juliet for an inter-school drama competition, but the guy playing Romeo broke his ankle and got replaced by the biggest jerk in our school, Justin. And he was so annoying. Ever since I'd made fun of his gigantic glasses in 1st grade, he'd held a grudge against me and was such a pain in the butt. Romeo, oh Romeo, where art thou, oh Romeo? Kiara, oh Kiara, I'll make you a tiara of spiders and flies all dead to put it on your ugly head.
That's not what you're supposed to say.
No? Sorry, I forgot my lines. But you're such a piece of art that poetry just flows out of me whenever I see you.
God, why was he such a moron?
Other than this minor glitch called Justin, my life was perfect. Hey, Naomi, I won the Spanish debate competition. Again.
Could it be that no one else participated?
Well, it's not my fault everyone's scared to compete against me.
Girl, why don't you just slow down and enjoy life? You know, you don't have to be perfect at everything.
I know, but that's just how I am.
No, it's just how you've made yourself to be. Tell me, when's the last time you went to a party?
I don't know, but that reminds me. Dad's hosting a dinner for his politician friends tonight, and your dad's invited too, so you better come along. That night at the dinner, all the adults were mingling with each other while Naomi and I sat in a corner sipping orange juice.
What a bore fest.
Catch me if I fall asleep. What's wrong with this party? The music's nice, the people are classy, and the food is good.
How dare you call this food? Cows eat this stuff. Burgers, cupcakes, extra cheese pizzas, that's real food.
As for the people, I bet they secretly hate each other. Can't you see all the fake smiles? That's called being polite. Polite my butt. After putting me through this torture, you've gotta accompany me to the school's camping trip this weekend. I don't think Dad would. Just then, Dad walked over and said he wanted to introduce me to someone.
Kiara, meet Ted. His dad's a media mogul in the US. And my dear friend, we keep joking about you two getting married. Why don't you two get to know each other?
Ted took me out for a stroll in the garden, and it was so awkward. He cracked the lamest jokes, kept bragging about how rich and famous his family was, and even tried holding my hand once. I avoid holding hands since it's the flu season, and I can't risk catching an infection.
I like it. A girl who knows how to take care of herself will take good care of my babies too.
What the freaking fudge? Thankfully, at that moment, someone came looking for him and he left. I thought of escaping to my room when I saw Naomi at our mansion's gate talking to someone. It was Justin, and he was dressed as a pizza boy. What are you doing here?
Belly dancing. Can't you see I'm delivering pizzas?
Sorry, Kiara, but I was starving and the food at your party is, terrible. But Naomi, it's healthy and it's good to eat healthy food. Good luck trying to convince yourself, hun, but I'd rather eat unhealthy food and go to heaven sooner.
Yum. I have a spare pizza if you want some.
I can't eat junk food and take risks with my health.
Holy potatoes. I always thought you were a snob, but you're actually a nutcase. I guess it's no fun being you.
Can you stop being a jerk? It's easy for you to judge when you don't know a thing about me or my life. Feeling angry, I turned and stormed off. But deep inside, I knew no matter how much I tried to deny it, Justin was right. It was no fun being me. Feeling a bit frustrated, I went to Dad's study later that night to have a heart-to-heart conversation with him. I had to tell him about that self-absorbed dimwit Ted, and that there was no way I could have a future with him.
What do you mean, Ted's not your type? You don't even know him yet. Besides, I've decided this marriage will be great for your political career.
Marriage is not a deal, and I'm still a teenager.
So where's the rush? You two can start dating and then eventually get married.
I couldn't believe my ears. Dad had decided my future and I had no say in it? I was so mad at Dad that the next day at school, I told Naomi I'd accompany her to the camping trip. Your dad agreed? I hope you told him you can't take security along. Dad doesn't need to know. Whoa, who are you, girl? And what did you do to my perfect friend? I'm just letting her take a back seat for a while. Later that day, I was going to the library to return some books when suddenly a hand grabbed my arm and pulled me into an empty classroom.
Listen, I'm sorry for last night, but it seems tragic that you've never eaten a pizza before. So, I got this for you. Take a bite. I promise you won't die.
Justin looked straight into my eyes, and for some reason, it made my heart skip a beat. It's amazing.
Not as amazing as you, though. I mean, you amaze me.
And why's that?
You're the only girl I know who looks like a goat eating a pizza.
What an absolute jerk! That weekend, when I snuck out of my house early in the morning for the camping trip, Naomi's car was already waiting for me. We drove for hours and reached a huge house by the lake in the middle of nowhere. Where are we? And where are the camp people? Kiara, don't be mad, but I lied to you. This isn't a camping trip. Justin and I decided to organize an overnight party, and I thought Dad's lake house would be perfect for it. What? You've gotta be mad. You know I hate parties. That's 'cause you've never been to one. Come on, Kiara, it's just one night. Even though I was super mad at Naomi, I agreed since I had no other option. Her driver had already left after dropping us off. As we went inside the lake house, I discovered Naomi had invited tons of people, including some of our classmates, and everyone seemed to be enjoying themselves. I stood like an outcast for a while until Naomi forced me to join everyone. And I must admit, I had a lot of fun. That night, we played Spin the Bottle, and I got partnered with none other than Justin. Our task was to spend an hour in the woods. Oh, come on, you can't be serious about this. It's just a stupid game.
Guys, I think Kiara's too chicken to do this. She's a scaredy cat.
Me? Scared? You've gotta be kidding. I marched ahead of Justin, and in a matter of minutes, we were out in the woods. Justin asked me to stop, but I was determined to prove my bravery. So I kept going, and soon we were lost.
You idiot. How are we gonna go back?
No one's ever called me an idiot. And why don't you open Google Maps or something?
Because there's no signal here.
We tried finding our way back, but when we couldn't, we fell asleep under a tree. When I woke up the next morning, I found myself lying awkwardly over Justin, drooling on his jacket. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
Ugh, you're heavy. I'm gonna have a sore back for a month.
You could have woken me up.
And risked your anger? No thank you. Besides, I understand you're used to sleeping on soft mattresses.
I wanted to tell him his abs were anything but soft, but I knew better. Justin, I want to drop the browns in the bowl.
You want a what?
Oh, gosh. I need to use the washroom.
And where will your highness find it in the middle of this jungle?
No need to be so snarky. I'll go find one myself.
Where do you think you're going? Don't even think of wandering alone unless you want to end up in some bear's browns.
He then pointed towards a big rock and asked me to finish my business behind it. We spent that day wandering through the woods. Thankfully, Justin knew how to climb trees and he plucked lots of fruit that kept us going. We talked about random things and I found myself getting attracted to him with each passing second. He was funny, smart, and incredibly handsome. And for some reason, I felt totally at ease with him. I told him everything about my life, my love for theater and Dad's expectations of me. He told me about his younger sister who was sick and that he was working 2 jobs after school to earn money for her treatment.
That's why I was at your home that night delivering pizzas.
You aren't who I thought you'd be. You pretend you don't care, but deep down, you're actually a good person.
And you're trying so hard to earn your dad's approval that you've forgotten to have your own life to live.
You don't get it. It's not that easy.
It isn't so complicated either. Okay, close your eyes and see yourself as a politician giving a speech. Do you like it?
Yeah, kinda.
Now, picture yourself on stage, giving the best performance of your life.
In that moment, I imagined myself as Juliet, delivering my lines with such confidence that the audience cheered loudly. It felt so surreal that my eyes flew open.
So, which scenario did you like better?
I don't know.
Don't lie to yourself. You have one life, Kiara. Live it the way you want to.
Suddenly, Justin's face was so close to mine that I forgot to breathe. Then he gently lifted my chin and kissed me. It was the most magical moment of my life. Just then, we heard the sound of helicopters and we started shouting and waving like maniacs to catch their attention. Soon, a team of paramedics rescued us, and when I finally reached home, I thought Dad would be relieved to see me. But to my surprise, he looked furious.
I can't believe you would be so reckless, Kiara. Do you have any idea how much negative publicity we've got?
Dad, I was lost in the woods for hours, and all you care about is negative publicity? I stormed off to my room, wishing I'd never been rescued. That night, I was about to go to sleep when I got a call from Naomi that left me stunned. I wish I'd never invited you to my party. Your dad is literally ruining my life. He got my college application canceled by telling the dean stories about my reckless attitude. And he even got Justin fired. You knew how the guy was working so hard to save money for his sister's treatment. But Naomi, I didn't save it, Kiara. I wish you had a spine. Saying that, she hung up on me, but I felt my blood boil. How could Dad do such things? I ran to Dad's study and confronted him, and he didn't even bother denying it.
They got what they deserved.
That was it. Something in me snapped that day. Dad, how could you? That college was Naomi's dream, and Justin's working 2 jobs so he can afford his sister's treatment.
I don't care. Those kids were distracting you from your goal.
My goal? Says who? Did you even consider for a second that I may not want to be a politician? All my life, I worked so hard to make you happy, but I just can't do it anymore. For the first time in my life, I shouted at Dad, and he looked stunned. The next 2 days, I refused to eat anything until Justin got his jobs back and Naomi's admission was restored. Ultimately, Dad had to listen to me. Then, when I told Dad a few days later that I planned to join an acting school in the US after I finished high school, he threw a massive fit. But I was no longer the Kiara he could dominate. I knew Dad had bribed the college dean into kicking Naomi out, so I threatened to tell the press about it. I'll create a massive media frenzy, one you'll never come out of. I knew Dad's reputation meant everything to him, so he had to agree. I moved to the US, and over the next few years, I worked my butt off and became a popular actress. One day, I was backstage after a performance when I heard a familiar voice.
Autograph, please?
Yeah, for me too. Justin? Naomi? I was so happy to see them both that I jumped and hugged them. We sat and talked for hours. I told Naomi how I felt so ashamed of what Dad did that I never contacted them. I thought they hated me. Naomi told me she'd graduated from an even better college and apologized for her bad temper that day. And Justin told me how he'd saved up enough money for his sister's surgery and had even started his own pizza chain back in Norway. I am just so happy for you guys.
Can you maybe make me even happier by going to dinner with me? How does this weekend sound?
Oh, really? And what if I say no?
I'll try again and again and again.
I shut him up with a kiss as Naomi cheered us on.
6 years old, I got my mom a beautiful chess box. I'd been saving my pocket money for months to buy it.
Look what I got you, Mommy. Happy birthday.
Mom looked at the box for a few seconds, then threw it on the floor and stomped on it. What a stupid gift. What am I supposed to do with this? Can't you ever be normal, like your sisters? And she threw it in the garbage. Just then, my 2 older sisters came running in and handed Mom their present. It was a mug with a picture of the 3 of them printed on it. I wasn't even in the picture. Mom gave them a tight hug and said it was the best birthday present ever. I burst into tears and shut myself up in my room. I took out my own chess set and started playing. Chess was my thing. I was obsessed with it. Dad had left us when we were little because he thought that marriage and kids was too much responsibility for him. I looked exactly like my dad, so Mom took out all her anger on me. Anything I did seemed to get on her nerves. Even my older sisters seemed to hate me, and they blamed me for everything. One time they failed all their exams, and they said it was my fault.
She always has company over to play chess, and they make so much noise. We weren't able to study for the tests.
What? Mom started shouting at me and said I had to clean their rooms for a month to make up for my poor sisters. I'd had enough. In your dreams, Mom. And I walked off and locked myself up in my room. I didn't come out for the next few days. I just kept playing chess alone. One day, when I was in the 3rd grade, I invited a friend over to my place. He was my chess partner at school. I was afraid my family would be rude to him, but they seemed delighted to have him over. My sisters ran to the store and came back with a huge basket of chocolates and toys for him. They were practically drooling over him, which is so gross.
Seriously? Why are you friends with Mia? She's such a loser. Be our friend instead. No. Be our brother and come live with us.
That's even better. He looked completely terrified and ran out of my house as fast as he could. I yelled at Mom and my sisters, but they said it was my fault, and every guy just left because of me. Turned out my family wasn't the only one who hated me. When I was in the 5th grade, our history teacher started off the lesson by saying, "Millions of years ago, when humans and dinosaurs used to live together, it was only safe for men to go out at night for food." Wait, what? I raised my hand. Ma'am, that's just not true. The teacher glared at me. What's not true? Dinosaurs and humans never coexisted. Of course they did. Haven't you seen all those movies where people are running away from the dinosaurs? That's fiction, ma'am. Humans actually came 64 million years after dinosaurs became extinct. Stop making things up. You're really rude. And I'm going to call your mom. When the teacher called her, Mom said she already knew I was a bad girl, and she was too busy to come and get me. Just send her home. She can walk. As I was packing up my stuff to leave, I was called into the principal's office. Oh no, was I in more trouble? Feeling really nervous, I went to the principal's office and found him beaming at me. Congratulations, Mia. You'll be bumped up a grade because you're a brilliant kid. I was thrilled. This was sure to make Mom happy. When I got home and told her, she jumped up from the couch in shock. Oh my God, this is the worst news ever. Am I going to have to buy you new books? I was so disappointed. Just as I was walking out of the room, I heard her say, Mia, you know what? Education means nothing if you're not pretty like your sisters. Ugh, why did she have to be like this? I was moved up a grade and started spending more time at the local library. At least I got some peace and quiet there. One day, I saw a flyer on the board about a monthly chess competition, and I decided to participate. I was easily able to beat my competitor, and I won a small amount of money. Of course, I didn't tell anyone at home about the money I'd won. This was going to be my little secret. One day at the library, an old blind man came up to me. I'd often seen him here before, sitting alone. He smiled at me. Wanna play chess with me, little hero? I laughed and said I'd beat him easily. He simply said, try me. So I played with him, and to my shock, I lost. You're talented, but you need more practice. After several months had passed and we had been playing together daily, the blind man said one day that I was ready. For what? The international competition I've been preparing you for. I'd won more local competitions and had some money saved up. There was no way I was telling Mom where I was really going. I told her that Dad had contacted me and sent me a ticket to visit him. Whatever. Do you think I care about what you do? I went to the competition with the blind man and a few other competitors from my area. It was a really tough game, but I used all my wits and knowledge and won. And my prize was $200,000. When I stepped forward to collect my check, the organizers asked me my age, and then they refused to give me my money. They said I needed a legal guardian, and the blind man wasn't even related to me. Despite all my protests, they called my mom and said they'd transfer the money to her. When I got home that evening, Mom ran to me and smothered me with hugs and kisses. I knew she was just after my money. She'd made all my favorite things for dinner, and at the end of it, she brought out a huge chocolate cake with candles. But Mom, it's not even my birthday. Do I need a reason to celebrate my favorite daughter? Come now, darling, blow out the candles. My sisters kept glaring at me all night like they wanted to eat me. They were really unhappy. The next night when I got back from the library, I saw a sleazy-looking guy in his 50s sitting on the couch. He took one look at me and said, "Oh my God, your mom really wasn't kidding. You're ugly." I felt really mad and told him to shut up and leave immediately. "Oh, ugly and rude? May God help your mama." He walked out of the house, slamming the door behind him. Just then, Mom came running into the lounge with a tray of drinks. Where did the man go? I told her he was really rude to me, so I'd told him to get lost. The tray went crashing from Mom's hands to the floor. "You what? Stupid girl, do you have any idea what you've done? That guy is a big-shot businessman who can turn us into the future Kardashians." I was horrified. I told her there was no way I was getting plastic surgeries done to make me look so fake. "Fine, your sisters will," I yelled at her. "You can't use my money to get those stupid surgeries." Stop being so melodramatic, honey. Just participate in another competition and win some more money. Simple. I threatened to call Dad and said I would sue her, but she just laughed like a maniac and said he'd probably forgotten all about his ugly daughter by now. I ran to my room and screamed into my pillow in anger. I hated her. Since my older sister Amanda was 19, she was legally allowed to have plastic surgeries. Her face looked so different now, I could no longer even recognize her. But Mom thought it was amazing. "Darling, you're going to make us so rich with that beautiful face. You look just like a Hollywood star." Amanda looked at her and said, "Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you. I'm going to be a Hollywood star. I've been offered a really great role in a huge movie." Mom looked beyond delighted. "Well, that's perfect. You'll make us all tons of money." Yeah, right, Mom. I'm leaving for good and don't expect a penny. Just forget you even have a daughter named Amanda." Just then, a black limousine drove up outside our house, and with a bye, Amanda hopped in and left. Mom stood there with her mouth open, then turned to me, glaring. "You better participate in a new competition and make more money soon, or else." No way. And with that, I walked off to my room. I was quite surprised when Katya followed me a little later on. She said it was really unfair how Mom had wasted all my money on Amanda. Her eyes fell on my chess set, and she asked me if I would teach her. I was really happy that someone was finally taking an interest and said, "Sure, why not?" We had a great time playing chess all evening. The next day when I opened up YouTube, I couldn't believe what I was seeing. It looked like Mom had been filming us while I'd been teaching Katya last evening, and the two of them had edited the footage to make it look like she was the professional and I was the beginner. Thankfully, my face was covered, but I was so mad. I went downstairs to find the two of them huddled over their phones and talking excitedly about how many likes and comments they had on the video already. I started yelling at them for being a bunch of frauds. Mom just looked up at me and said, "Listen, the video is already out and people love it. They can hardly believe that a beautiful girl like Katya is such a genius. So, here's our plan. You keep doing your crazy thing and practice chess and play online, and Katya will record you and post videos. It'll only be like 3 videos a week." Seriously? Mom was just shameless. Why on earth would I do that? Because we'll give you your share of the money, and then you can finally leave for good. I don't care if you do, but only after your sister is famous. Okay, that sounded fair to me. So I shook hands with her on it. It was a deal. Things went fine for a while. I was doing what I loved, and my sister kept making videos of me and uploading them. The channel was getting more popular, and Katya was getting really famous. I finally had the peace and quiet I always dreamed of. Most evenings, I was busy studying in the library and working on my plan to get out of here. One night, I got a letter and started screaming with joy. When Mom asked me why, I told her that I'd been accepted for a scholarship and I was going to China as an exchange student. I thought Mom wouldn't even care. But she went completely nuts. She tried snatching the letter from me, but I quickly slipped it inside my shirt. She kept shouting that I couldn't go and just leave all of her hard work she had put into making the channel famous. But I wasn't listening to her nonsense anymore. I was done, and I was leaving.
The blind man is really unwell. He's asking for you, Mia. He needs his little friend.
I felt shocked and immediately ran out of the house to go see him. When I reached his place, the front door was half open. I walked inside, and it was all dark. I kept calling his name, but there was no response. After I'd searched the whole house, I left feeling really worried. When I got back home, Katya went down on her knees and started crying, begging me to stay. I turned to Mom and asked her what had happened to the blind man. "Oh, he's fine. He doesn't live at that address anymore. And I just said all that stuff so I had a chance to tear up your passport." As I stared at it in horror, every horrible thing she'd ever said and done came rushing back to me, and I just snapped. I leapt forward to attack her, but Katya stood up quickly and came between us. Suddenly, Mom said that she felt dizzy and fell back on the couch.
I need a doctor."
When the doctor came and examined Mom, he told us something really shocking. Mom had broken heart syndrome. She needed really good care, and we had to make sure she didn't have any stress. As I sat by her bedside, she took my hand and started crying and apologizing for everything she'd done. She sobbed that it was only because I reminded her so much of Dad. At that moment, I felt really sorry for her. Then she showed me the heart-shaped necklace she'd been wearing for years. Looking at it closely, I was shocked to see my name carved on it.
"See, my precious daughter, I've always loved you, but I was never any good at expressing my emotions. I cherish you so much. Please forgive me." I hugged my mom and cried on her chest.
From that day on, I just wanted to make Mom happy. I went back to making chess videos with Katya, and I started participating in more competitions and made a lot of money. The smile on Mom's face was everything for me. After I graduated from high school at 16, I had a really important international competition coming up. I practiced with the blind man day after day, and I told him I really needed to win this for Mom. He looked at me solemnly and said, "Kid, the only person you should work hard for is you. Make yourself proud." I didn't want to argue with him, so I just nodded. He wouldn't understand. I just wanted Mom to be really proud to have me as her daughter. The day of the big competition arrived, and Mom and Katya traveled with me to another state. I was really glad to have them by my side for support, especially Mom. Minutes before the competition started, I felt really nervous and wanted Mom to hug me for good luck. I went looking for her backstage when I saw her and Katya talking. What I heard left me shook. "Ugh, Mom, I'm so tired of this. How long are we supposed to suck up to Mia?" "I told you, not before I make a fortune out of that girl's stupid gift." "Why can't you just send her to Dad? You never had to raise a child that isn't yours." That jerk. He left and thought I'd just raise his child for free? I couldn't believe it. I stood frozen in my spot. I wanted to yell at them, but I couldn't even speak. Just then, a lady came and dragged me by the arm, saying it was my turn next. As I stepped on the stage, my legs were shaking. My mind felt completely blank. I didn't know what to do or how to play this game. It felt like the whole world was staring at me. I took a deep breath and closed my eyes. I pushed out everything from my mind and only thought about what the blind man had said. I had to do this for me. I played the best game of my life. I could feel the audience's excitement as they started cheering and clapping for me. Checkmate. I had won. The announcer handed me a check for $500,000. When he asked me how I felt, I replied, "I've never felt happier in my life. Today, I gained my freedom. As for the money..." Hi, my name is Elena, and I'm from Seattle. Please like and subscribe. I was born to a single mom who used to travel from one place to another, entertaining people on the streets. And after I was born, I became part of her gang too. She'd wrap herself in bandages and dress me up in shabby clothes, and then we'd go out and put on little acts in front of people. I'd feel weird about this, but seeing Mom's face light up after getting the money from people would make me happy too.
Oh, honey, ever since you've come into my life, I've been bathing in riches. You're so lucky for me.
Mom adored me and often took me to parks and picnics, and we'd put on our little acts there too. Our life was perfect, but there was one issue. I couldn't speak. No matter how hard I tried, not even a single word would come out of my mouth, and it really upset me. Honey, you're gonna be fine. We love you just the way you are. But when I was 7, I discovered something really shocking. Like always, Mom asked me to put on an act and faint in front of an approaching bicycle one evening. But surprisingly, the man went all bonkers on us.
Get the kid out of my way, you morons!
OMG, what have you done to my daughter?
I know people like you. Frauds. You rob innocent people like this, but I'm not gonna fall for your act.
Suddenly, a crowd gathered, and Mom broke into tears, and I couldn't keep still. I got up and hugged her.
Look, she's totally fine. Huh? So you want my mute daughter to die now? You heartless jerk.
But the fight just got worse, and in all that chaos, I somehow let out a loud scream. Stop! Everyone turned to me. They are frauds. The girl's not mute. Catch them! Mom grabbed me and we ran from there. But when we reached our van, she looked at me suspiciously.
Why didn't you tell me you could talk? I'm the one who tricks people, but you've been tricking me this whole time?
She did what? I had so many questions, but again, I couldn't speak. Later, she took me to a doctor and we discovered that I was just a late speaker. And with practice, I could speak like the other kids. But my happiness was incomplete because now I knew the reality. My mom was a con artist who made fools out of people and took money from them.
Come on, baby. We're getting late, and this time make sure you don't shout or scream. You're a good girl, right?
No, and I'm not going anywhere.
What? Why?
You liar. Bad.
How can you say that, honey? I had no means to raise you. That's why I got into this business, and now you're saying I'm bad? Do you know, if I stop doing this, you're gonna have to give up on so many things. All your favorite foods and trips. Can you do that?
Well, maybe she really had no option, but I knew that this was wrong, and I refused to be a part of it anymore. I told her to stop with the stupid acts and get me into school, or I'd go to the police. So we shifted to Seattle, and there, Mom got me enrolled in a public school. I made tons of friends, and I was the happiest there. But then, in the 7th grade, things took a wild turn. A woman named Mrs. Miller came knocking on the door and claimed that she was my birth mom.
That's rubbish. She's my daughter.
The woman told us that she'd discovered some years back that I got exchanged at birth, and ever since then, she'd been looking for me.
I don't believe you. You look like some fraud to me. And believe me when I say I can smell 'em.
Mom! I know it's hard to trust me, but I'm sure you're my daughter, Elena. Please, give me a chance to prove it. But Mom pushed her out, and I felt really uneasy about this. What if she was actually telling the truth? And then a few days later, the unthinkable happened. Cops came to our house and arrested my mom. Wait, what are you doing? My mom's innocent. But the cops showed me CCTV footage, and it turned out Mom had robbed a bank this time, and now she was gonna serve time in jail. As a result, I was sent to a foster home, and it broke my heart. It was worse than prison, and I was ready to run out of there. But then Mrs. Miller came to see me there one day. Oh, Elena, I saw everything that's happened on the news, and I didn't want to leave you alone, dear. She tried hugging me, but I pushed her away. My own mom lied to me. I wasn't gonna trust some stranger now. I know you can't trust me, but I don't want you to live in such a place when your mom can take care of you. And I will get you the proof you need. Mrs. Miller kept persisting, so I agreed to get a DNA test, and just like she'd said, the results were a match, and she was indeed my birth mom. I was super shocked by this revelation, and moving in with her seemed so much better than rotting in this filthy place. So I agreed, and she took me to a palace-like house. My birth mom was frickin' rich.
This is gonna be your home now, sweetie. But I need you to promise me something. The girl who was switched with you, Stella, I haven't told her about any of this yet. I've loved her like my own child, and I want more time to speak with her about this, okay? I promised not to say a word about it. But as we entered, a cute little boy bumped into me, and we both fell on our butts flat. Ouch! That hurt! Hey, are you okay? I helped him up, and Mrs. Miller told me that he was my younger brother, Jeremy. And indeed, we looked so much alike, but he seemed really shy and ran away. Later during dinner, Mrs. Miller introduced me to Stella. A distant relative? But how come I've never heard about her, Mom? Because she lived very far away, honey. But now, Elena's gonna stay with us for a while, and I want you guys to be good to her, okay? Don't worry. I'm gonna take good care of her, and we're gonna be like besties. Stella seemed like a very nice girl. She showed me around the house and even let me borrow some of her gorgeous dresses. I'm having a sleepover tonight with my friends, and we're gonna have so much fun. And she was right. It was a blast. Everyone loved me and kept complimenting me. Your cousin is amazing, Stella. You should invite her to all our sleepovers. And I guess we won't even miss you because she's so much more fun. Gosh, these girls were so funny and crazy. They asked me some questions about my family, and I came up with some random lies. But Stella looked a bit suspicious. The next few days were amazing. Mrs. Miller would take me out shopping, and we'd have so much fun getting to know each other. She even took me to her workplace, and I got this proud feeling knowing that she was a top lawyer in a huge firm. And soon, I wanted to be just like her. But that night when I was asleep, I heard some strange noise in my room, and I saw someone going through my stuff. It was Stella. What are you doing here? Oh, well, I was just checking up on you. Go back to sleep. Saying that, she rushed out of the room, but I felt really uneasy and I couldn't sleep after that, so I went downstairs to the kitchen for water. And there, I found Jeremy hiding behind the kitchen counter, binging on ice cream and cookies. Caught you. No, please don't tell anyone I was here. I swear, I didn't eat anything. Hey, it's okay. I'm not telling anyone. Relax. After he calmed down, I asked him what was wrong. I binge eat when I'm nervous about anything. What are you nervous about, Jeremy? I always fail all my subjects and all my friends make fun of me, and we have tests coming up. It's freaking me out. What if I helped you with your studies? Really? Yeah. And we can teach those nasty kids a lesson so they won't ever pick on you ever again. You're so amazing, sis. Saying that, he hugged me tight, and after that, I'd spend all my evenings teaching Jeremy in his room. Over time, I discovered that we had so much in common and we bonded so well together. I'm so happy to see you guys getting along, Elena. Yeah, I've been helping him study, but I guess he's too exhausted for the day, so I'll go now. I was leaving the room, but just then, Mrs. Miller took my hand gently. It's a good thing that I never gave up on looking for you. I'm so glad you're here, my daughter. I'm glad too, Mom. When I said Mom, her eyes lit up and she hugged me tight. Then a week later, I started school, and all of Stella's friends were so happy to see me there. Who's the gorgeous girl, Stella? Why don't you introduce us? Well, I'm not sure either. Why don't you go ask her? Saying that, she ignored me and went away with her friends. But I didn't like her being this way with me. So later that night, I went to ask her, Hey, what's the matter? You've been acting weird lately. Yeah? That's because I know something's up, and you and Mom are both lying to us. Oh, really? Is that why you were going through my stuff the other day? Don't act, Elena. Nothing you say ever matches up, and it's been so many days and no family member ever calls you. What are you hiding? I knew she'd figure out something was up sooner or later, but I couldn't tell her anything now, so I just left. Soon it was our birthday, and Mom decided to throw a huge party for both of us. And I got a really awesome gift for Stella, to make things up with her again. Hey, you look so pretty. I got this for you, and I'm sure you're gonna love it. She opened the box and her eyes lit up. I've got something even better for you that's gonna blow your mind. I wasn't quite sure what she meant till something terrible happened at the party. While everyone was enjoying themselves, Stella got onto the stage and grabbed the mic. Hey everyone, as you all know, it's my birthday, but it's also Elena's birthday. And I've got a great surprise for her. But before that, you should all know who Elena is. Saying that, a slideshow opened on a screen behind her, and it had pictures of my mom
and all the news about her being a con artist and a robber.
That's Elena's mom, and Elena's a fraud, just like her.
Stella, stop this nonsense at once.
Oh, this ain't nonsense, Mom. This is the truth. And now I want to know why you brought this street rat here and hid it from me.
You're such a horrible person, Stella.
Oh, do you want to cry like a little baby?
Stop it. Don't hurt her. She isn't the con woman's daughter. You are. Suddenly, a loud silence swept across the room.
Have you lost it, Jeremy? What are you talking about?
Stop hurting Elena. She's my real sister. No, Jeremy, stop. Stella looked at Mom with questioning eyes.
What? What is Jeremy saying? Mom?
Mom remained silent, and the look on Stella's face changed and she ran to her room. After that, Mom asked all the guests to leave. Jeremy, how did you know this?
Once, I heard you talking on the phone about how you were looking for your daughter who got exchanged. And that night, when you came into my room, I wasn't sleeping, and I heard Elena was my real sister.
Oh, Jeremy, but you shouldn't have said this in front of everyone. You were crying, and Stella was hurting you, so... I immediately went up to Stella's room, but she wouldn't let anyone in. Even Mom tried talking to her, but she didn't come out of her room for a few hours, and I decided to break in through the window. But when I got there, I saw she was lying unconscious on the floor. We immediately rushed her to the hospital, and the doctor said she was all right, but she just passed out because of shock. Later that night, when she gained consciousness, I was right next to her.
What are you doing? Get away from me.
Stella, calm down. I know it's a big shock for you, and I can understand how you feel, but please, listen to me.
I don't want to hear anything, Elena. I hate you. I'm gonna lose all my family and my home because of you.
You're not losing anything, okay? Mom's loved you for so long and brought you up like her own daughter. How can you even think that she'd replace you? Elena's right, Stella. You're my daughter and my family, and you're always gonna stay here with us.
But Elena's your real daughter. Isn't that why you brought her here? And now even Jeremy loves her more than me.
She is my daughter, but so are you. I love you both equally.
Yeah, I love you both equally too. I'm sorry for what I did.
So, you promise you're never gonna let me go, and I'll always be important to you? I promise, honey. Suddenly, she pulled Mom in for a tight hug, and I joined too.
You guys, I'm here too. Come on then, what are you waiting for?
Hi, I'm Anne from France, and I'm here to tell you my story. Please like and subscribe. I was born when my mom was just 18. Since childhood, Mom wanted me to have everything in the world, everything she didn't have growing up. One time, Christmas was coming, and I really wanted a Barbie I'd seen my friends play with, but Mom said she'd get it for me on Easter instead.
But Mommy, you promised. You can't break a pinky promise. Please, please, please.
And on Christmas, I was so happy to see that she got the Barbie for me. She was the best. Soon, Mom started getting all sorts of random things. A vase, some magazines, which I totally knew she'd never read, and the most bizarre things. Tons of garden gnomes. Like, why would Mom buy that when we didn't have a garden? I knew something was off. For starters, we didn't need that stuff. And secondly, I wondered where Mom was getting the money from. She worked as a baker in someone else's bakery, and I knew the job didn't pay that much. So one time in 7th grade, when Mom went grocery shopping, I followed her. It was all normal, but then suddenly, Mom acted like a wild toddler and grabbed a bag of marshmallows and hid them inside her baggy sweater. What? Mom was stealing? I ran to her and she knew I'd seen her, and she put the bag back. When we got home, I confronted Mom, and she broke down into tears. What? Who doesn't like marshmallows? I just wanted them, so, I sort of just grabbed the bag.
Wow, that's your excuse? Mom, you're not a 2-year-old kid.
Please, promise me you won't steal again. Mom rolled her eyes, but promised, and I was relieved. But one time during a parent-teacher meeting, Mom lost it. Seeing the teacher's table full of stationery, Mom's eyes widened, and I knew she was up to no good. And I was right. Just as the teacher went to bring my file, Mom jumped up and started shoving the teacher's stationery in her bag. Before I could react, I heard a laugh. It was Billy from my class, and ever since I'd reported him for cheating on a test, he hated me. This is epic.
Stealing school stationery? That's a new low. He snatched Mom's bag and turned it upside down. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life, because Mom hadn't just stolen the teacher's stuff. She also had all sorts of things from around the school in her bag. Everyone looked at us like we were freaks. Later, I found myself in the principal's office with Mom.
Anne, I truly don't know what to say. This has never happened before. I should be reporting the theft, no matter how small or big, but I want to give you and your mom a chance. Take her to a doctor, get her checked. This isn't normal.
Of course it wasn't normal. Mom had become a habitual thief. After many evaluations by the doctor, we learned that Mom was, in fact, sick. She had kleptomania, an uncontrollable urge to steal. It wasn't her fault. Mom, I'm so sorry. I will do everything to help you get better.
Oh, sweetie,
I'm sorry too. I wanted to explain it, how it just happens. I'm so ashamed of it all. After that day, I supported Mom on her road to recovery. Mom totally avoided going to the supermarkets, which triggered her episodes. She was getting treatment and was also in a self-help group. In a few months, she was doing so much better. But at school, things were anything but normal. Since that parent-teacher meeting, I'd been Billy's favorite target to bully. Seeing me, the guy would say stuff like mother, like daughter. I need to check your bag too. He kept doing this for weeks, but one day I just snapped and grabbed his shirt collar when he called me a thief. Stay out of my way or I'll break your teeth. Billy looked scared and I was proud of myself. The idiot did leave me alone, but just for a while. A few months later, we were having a fun fair at school and Mom and I had set up a brownie stall. Things were going perfect until Billy and his friends came to buy some brownies.
brownies? For $2? So expensive. It's like you're stealing from your customers. Speaking of stealing, is your mom still a thief?
I'd had enough. I slapped him hard, and suddenly there was pin-drop silence. Billy, you are a certified jerk. I bet even your family don't pretend to like you, do they? Just get out of line and stay away from me and my mom. Boy, did Billy look pissed. I'd really hit a nerve there. But then suddenly, he shoved the stall so hard. I tried to push the stall back, but I fell, and the large table fell on me. I let out a scream. I was taken to the hospital, and the doctor told me how I had a mild fracture and had to wear a cast. The next day, the principal visited me at the hospital and informed me how Billy was expelled, and his parents were sending him to a really strict boarding school. The guy totally deserved it. With Billy gone, my life was perfect at school. I started to do well in class again and even topped in 10th grade. I wanted to pass high school with flying colors and aim for a scholarship at a prestigious university. Mom was so happy.
Oh, my love, I am so proud of you.
Mom, so am I. The way you're managing your illness, you make me so proud. Mom and I went to my grandma's for summer vacations, and I had the most fun there. When we returned, I was excited to go back to school. But right on the first day, I was walking when a car whizzed past me at full speed, splashing mud all over me. I realized that it was Billy's friend. Yeah, now look like who you are. Dirt! I was furious. I so wanted to punch the guy, but just then someone threw a stone at the car and the jerk drove off. I turned to see a boy my age.
What an idiot. Your clothes. Here, let me help.
As the boy helped me wipe the mud off my dress, I felt goosebumps. Thanks, I can take care of it. Saying that, I walked away, feeling so nervous. Gosh, that boy was so cute. At school, the teacher announced that we had a new admission in our class, and I was pleasantly surprised to see that it was none other than my savior. His name was Sebastian. At a basketball match at our school, and all of a sudden, Sebastian took off his shirt and there was a loud gasp from the audience. And the next thing, all the girls were around him. Sebastian came running to me.
Oh, please, Anne, save me from them.
Then you shouldn't have taken off your shirt.
Oh, jealous?
What? Why would I be jealous?
Come on, I know you like me. Well, I'm hoping that you do, because the thing is, I like you, Anne. I like you a lot.
Saying that, he kissed me on the cheek and whispered that he'd pick me up for a date in the evening. How could I say no to that? For our first date, Sebastian took me to a picnic on the beach. It was the perfect first date. Before dropping me back home, he kissed me. We dated for weeks, and I felt like I had the most perfect boyfriend ever. I was falling for him hard. Until one day, I saw Sebastian surrounded by Billy's friends. What were they doing with Sebastian? Sebastian, can I talk to you?
Yeah, maybe later. So, what were you saying?
Whoa, he actually did that. I was so mad. Throughout the day, I totally ignored him. But he was constantly on my mind, so much that I totally forgot about the big test we had in history class, and I ended up failing miserably. Gosh, that's what you get when you think about boys. I reminded myself of my goal and decided not to worry about Sebastian at all. But things only got messier when my teachers gave me an F for assignments, saying they never got them. I was so sure I emailed them all my assignments. Some days later, I was called into the school's counselor's office and informed that if I wanted to get my scholarship, I needed to bring my A game and work harder. I poured all my strength into my studies, but one night I found Sebastian at my door.
Wanna go out?
What? You act like you don't know me and now you're here? No, I'm not going with you. You can go and hang out with those jerks.
Babe, you got it all wrong. I was just busy. Please, come with me to this amazing party. Come on, you're my girlfriend.
I was determined not to go, but when he literally begged me, I caved in. On our way, Sebastian asked me the most bizarre question ever.
So, those jerk guys, they told me you got their best friend expelled. Some guy named Billy? What exactly happened?
Got him expelled? I had nothing to do with it. He brought it upon himself. When we parked outside the party, I showed Sebastian pictures of the time I wore a cast. And then I told him all about Mom's kleptomania and how Billy was always pestering me and what he did at the fun fair. He looked really shocked.
Let's go somewhere else. This party doesn't look worth it.
What? We drove like half an hour to be here. Come on. Well, that party was insane. At first, Sebastian seemed edgy, but later he loosened up and we danced like crazy. But when Sebastian spun me, I suddenly found myself facing Billy.
Hey, thief. Did you miss me? I'm so thankful to my brother for getting back at you.
Getting back at me? Brother? What was he talking about? I pushed him away and looking at Sebastian, I could tell Billy was telling the truth. Sebastian was his brother.
It was so fun messing with your head. First, making your grades go down. Even deleted your assignments from the school's main computer. Then, my brother totally fooled you into thinking he cared for you. And now, he's gonna dump you. Oh, you're so pathetic. Come on, let's finish this party on a fun note.
I felt furious, but before I could do anything, Sebastian pounced on Billy.
Leave her alone. I told you not to do this. You lied, Billy. You lied to me. So what? Don't tell me you have the hots for her now. What happened to family before chicks? I swear, Anne, he said you were the one who got him kicked out of school by wrongfully accusing him of something. I'm so sorry. You're apologizing to this bimbo?
And just then, Sebastian punched Billy square in the jaw and then came towards me. But before Sebastian could even open that lying mouth of his, I gave him a tight slap. Stay away from me. I hate you. I ran from that party and cried my heart out to Mom. The next day, Sebastian wasn't at school, or the next. The teacher said he'd left. Why do I care? Good riddance. But why couldn't I forget him? I was crushed and distracted, and I just couldn't focus on my studies. And I actually failed high school. All my dreams of going to some big university were crushed. I felt depressed for a long time. But one day, Mom took me with her to her support group, and hearing the inspiring stories of others gave me hope. Soon, I started working with Mom at the bakery, and after a couple of years, we were able to open a little bakery of our own. It was Mom's dream, and I was glad that together, we could make it happen. After a 3-year break, I started preparing for high school exams, and this time, I topped and even got a scholarship to my favorite university. Told you you could do it. I never stopped believing in you. Thanks, Mom. I love you so much. One day, I was closing up the bakery when I heard a familiar voice calling my name. It was Sebastian.
Before you say anything, hear me out. I am so sorry, Anne. Billy, he's my baby brother. He lied to me. I should have known. I am so sorry for everything I did to you.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. The next day, a surprise awaited me at the bakery. It was Sebastian with a broom. What the heck? Mom had actually hired him. I really hated it, but Mom wanted me to give him a chance, because she knew that deep down, I still had feelings for that idiot. Sebastian tried his best to win me over, but I stayed strong. I couldn't let him know that I still cared.
One night at the bakery, Mom fainted suddenly, and it was Sebastian who took us to the hospital. And we learned she'd had a stroke. I was devastated. I was about to start college, and this happened. But thank God Sebastian was with us. He took care of Mom, and I was able to leave for college. While I was miles away, Mom called me every day and told me how Sebastian took care of her and the bakery. And then she said something that got me thinking about my feelings for Sebastian. Honey, sometimes love needs a second chance because it wasn't ready the first time around. Think about it. She was so right. So during summer break, I traveled back to my town and went straight to the bakery where Sebastian was working, alone.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Without replying, I kissed him, and Sebastian swept me into his arms.
Anne, can we start over? Can we create new memories? Can you give me another chance? Because I love you so much.
I love you too.
Hi friends, my name is Crystal and I'm from Korea. Please like and subscribe. When my mom was pregnant with me, so was her best friend. When our kids are born, they'll be buddies just like us. And Ben and I were. Growing up, he was my pal. One time Ben and I were playing and he was running after me. Then he accidentally nudged me and I fell down the stairs. I hit my head, but before I could cry, Ben started wailing. No, Crystal! Oh my God, it's all my fault. Does it hurt? Let me pick you up. Gosh, you're heavy. Crystal, are you okay? Ben, I'm fine, really. Saying that, I hugged him. Ben was such a softie. I did get a small Harry Potter-like scar on my forehead, but I didn't blame Ben. He was the best, and I wished we'd always be together. But when I was 5, Ben and his parents had to move to France for a work opportunity, and I missed him so much. As if things couldn't get any worse, Dad suffered a huge loss in his business soon after. Slowly, I saw how bad Mom and Dad's relationship was getting because of money problems. And after a few years, Mom left us. But Dad always tried to make me happy. We were so short on money that we had to shop at thrift stores, but he spent hours looking for the things I'd like. Look at this jacket, Crystal. It has rhinestones. You love rhinestones. It is pretty, Daddy. See? I told you we'd find some good stuff here. Since I was a good student, I got a scholarship at my school and relieved Dad of that burden. I worked hard and was a top student. I needed to keep the scholarship. And when I was in the 10th grade, something awesome happened. Ben and his parents had returned to town and moved into a big mansion. And seeing Ben on the first day of school after summer vacation, my heart started beating fast. And then he swept me into his arms. Crystal, oh my God, you haven't changed a bit. But you have. You're so tall. And wow, so muscular. Ben and I were in the same class and we started hanging out together all the time. But I soon realized he was getting way too much attention from all the girls, especially Mia. And she was the worst. She acted like she owned the whole town, just because her mom was the mayor. And to my horror, Ben and Mia soon started dating. I hated her, but for Ben's sake, I pretended to be nice, and she did the same. She acted like a saint in front of Ben, but not when he wasn't around. She'd do petty things like pull out the chair when I was about to sit, and she would always comment on my clothes and appearance. I'm saying all this for your benefit. No one likes a girl who looks so poor. I'd rather be poor than a jerk like you. Gosh, what did Ben ever see in that witch? One time for lunch, Ben had gotten the yummiest pizza and we were enjoying it when Mia came and hugged him tight. Oh, I missed you so much in art class. Why didn't you join it, Benny Wenny? You know I'm a science guy, babe. Here, wanna have some pizza? She refused and then Ben packed the leftovers and told me I should take them home because he was full. Dad and I never ordered out much and I was happy to share it with him. A few weeks later, it was Ben's birthday and he invited me to his place. I saw how Ben and Mia were dancing so close to each other and it made me feel so jealous. I went to the balcony for some fresh air. After a while, I was headed back inside when Mia and some of her friends came, and I hid behind a plant. You've really got yourself a hot boyfriend this time, Mia. Yeah, he's totally wrapped around my fingers. He adores me and gives me the best gifts. There's just one problem. His miserable beggar friend. Oh, I really hate her. You know, Ben cares for her so much that he gets her favorite pizza for lunch every day and pretends to be full so she can take the leftovers home. He really pities her and she has no shame. She could probably live on his charity forever. Why would Ben tell her something like that? What? So pathetic. Wiping my tears, I just ran back home. After that date, I sort of ignored Ben, even though he asked me if something was wrong a million times. I just didn't need his pity or his charity. When we were in our senior year, our teacher announced a science tournament and the winning team was going to get an amazing cash prize. Dad and I could always use the money, so I immediately signed up for it, and I was paired with Ben. I tried to get my partner changed, but the teacher said it was final. So, you want to come over to my place to brainstorm some ideas? No thanks. Hey, Crystal, I don't know why you stopped talking to me, but come on. This is a great opportunity. Let's do this together, please. I knew Ben was a science genius, and being paired with him was probably the best thing, so I reluctantly agreed. We came up with some really cool ideas, and I ended up at his place almost every day to work on them. But I noticed how his mom was never around. A few times I asked about her, but he'd always ignore the question. But one time, Ben and I were at a park near his home, and he asked me the strangest question ever. Crystal, do you ever miss your mom? Does she call you? How does it feel to live with just one parent? I never really thought about it. I guess it's not so bad knowing how much my dad loves me. It's not exactly a secret that we don't have much money, but he goes out of his way to make me happy. I don't know how to live with two parents, but the one I have, I love to bits. That's really sweet. I asked because, well, my mom, she isn't well. She's going through treatment. Sometimes it's really hard to see her like that. Oh God, Ben, I'm so sorry. I didn't know he was going through such a rough time. Crystal, why'd you stop talking to me? Taking a deep breath, I told him what happened at his birthday party. Crystal, Mia kinda twisted my words. Yeah, I told her you guys were going through a tough time. But because you're my friend and I care about you, not because I pity you. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have discussed it with her at all. Saying that, he came close and swept my bangs aside. You still have the scar. I was so scared that day. I'm so sorry, Crystal. Hey, it was a long time ago, and it kind of reminded me of you when you were away. Ben looked at me like he might kiss me, but he suddenly snapped his fingers. Bazinga! I just got a brilliant idea for our project! And he sure did. Just a few more adjustments and our model worked. We came first at the science competition, and Ben gave all the prize money to me, saying I did the hard work. It wasn't true, and I knew he was just being kind. Why did such a nice guy have to be with Mia? But then Ben told me one day that he was gonna break up with Mia soon. My heart was jumping with excitement, but I pretended to be sad. And when Ben broke it to Mia, the girl had a complete meltdown. She took a bat and smashed all the notice boards around the school. During her psycho rampage, Mia suddenly spotted me and was coming right at me. But Ben stepped in between. Stop making a fool of yourself, Mia. It's over. You're doing this because of her? Because of this poor, ugly bimbo? Crystal's my best friend, and she's special to me. Don't insult her again. Mia stomped off furiously, and I was left dazed. Ben just said I was special to him. Whoa! I was on cloud 9, and I just needed to confess my love to my best friend. I didn't have the guts to say it to his face, and we didn't have phones, so I wrote him a letter. Dear Ben, I saw you for the first time in kindergarten, and I've had a crush on you since. What I really want to tell you is that I love you. A lot. Crystal. During recess, I slipped the note in Ben's bag, but for some reason he got called to the principal's office in the last period. I kept wondering if he saw the letter, and when I got a reply the next day in my locker, I almost had a heart attack. Dear Crystal, I love you too. I was gonna tell you, but I didn't have the courage. Let's meet at our spot tonight. I can't wait to kiss you. Ben. It was like all my dreams were coming true. Wearing a new dress, I went to the park and waited for Ben. I was so excited and nervous. But suddenly, I felt someone pull my hair and I landed on my butt. Mia! Oh, a new dress for Ben. He ain't coming, sweetie. He showed us your letter and we're all in fits. What? You're lying. Oh, no, I'm not. You really think he'd leave me for some poor beggar like you? In your dreams, girl. Mia kicked me, and suddenly I saw red, and I pounced on her. But her friends got me off of her, and then they all ripped my beautiful dress. I felt so furious that I punched Mia square in the jaw. What happened next was a disaster. Mia called her mom and made up a whole story about how I attacked her for no reason. And her mom made a case of assault against me and actually sent me to juvie for 2 months. My dad was devastated, and so was I. Even worse, Ben never showed his face. Not once. Coward! As soon as I got out, Dad and I left town. After weeks of interviews, Dad finally ended up finding a decent job, and I worked as a waitress too while I studied in a community college. 4 years later, I graduated with a law degree at the top of my class. Luckily, I got hired by a law firm, and just a couple of years later, I became a junior partner. One day, I read a piece of news that filled me with joy. Mia's mom had been arrested for corruption during her time as mayor. The whole family was being publicly humiliated. They deserved it. Sometime later, my firm asked me to set up an office in my old town, and I was kind of glad to return. I wanted to show everyone what I'd made of myself. One day, I was busy doing some paperwork when Mia walked into my office, asking me for a job. Please, Crystal, help me. No one in this town wants to hire me or my family for anything. I know I was mean to you. Cruel. You were cruel to me. Yes, cruel and terrible. Please, please forgive me. After Mia begged for a job for days, I finally let her be my personal assistant, and she had to do literally everything I asked. I really made her suffer. For a while it was fun, but then it wasn't. Seeing her qualifications, I gave her a higher position. Wow, I don't know what to say. Thank you. And this means you've forgiven me? No, not really, but I'm trying to be a better person. Better than people were to me. Crystal, I never wanted things to go so far. With you going to juvie and everything, Mom just got carried away. I'm really, really sorry. After that day, Mia was always nice to me, and so was I. I just didn't want to hold grudges. But one day, as I was walking out of a coffee shop, I bumped into a guy. It was Ben. Oh my God, Crystal? I've missed you. We need to talk. Suddenly, the memory of him giving my letter to Mia came rushing back. No, stay away from me. But the next day, there were tons of roses in my office and a note from Ben telling me how he wanted to meet at our spot. What a jerk. But this kept happening every day for a week. One day, I got so frustrated that I started throwing them out the window. But Mia stopped me. Crystal, I need to tell you something. And it's gonna make you hate me even more, but I have to. Ben is completely innocent. What are you talking about? Ben never got your letter. I stole it from his bag, and I lied that he showed it to me. I made all of that up. And he never showed up to see you because, well, he'll tell you everything. And again, I'm terribly sorry. I drove to our spot in the park and saw Ben sitting on the swings, and I gave him a chance to explain. Turns out, the day I put the letter in his bag, Ben got the news that his mom had suddenly gotten much sicker, and he flew to France with her for some treatment. He stayed there the next 3 months, and he said he called my place and wrote me letters, but he never got a reply. And when he returned, I'd already left town. I looked for you a lot, but I had no idea where you were, or why you'd left without a word, till Mia reached out to me some weeks ago and explained everything she did. She just told me everything too. I'm so sorry about your mom. I'm sorry I left without giving you a chance to even explain. It's all in the past. There's only one thing I need to say to you now, Crystal. The thing is, I've always loved me. Yes, I've always loved you too, Ben, since forever.
Hi, I'm Greta. I live with my single mom on a busy Miami street. Please like and subscribe. I've always been a late bloomer. Born 2 weeks after mom's due date, took 2 years to speak my first word, and growing up, I wasn't a very social person. But my mom was so talkative. She could blabber nonstop about a burnt omelet for a whole day. But whenever I was around, I was her subject. Once when I was 4, we had a family gathering and all my aunt's sons were playing with me. Suddenly, Mom went bonkers with their parents. Look at your boys. I don't even know why they like her. You know, she still wears diapers at night. One night, I tried to train her to sleep without diapers. That was it. When I woke up, there was poop all over the room. On the floor, on the bed, on the door, on the closet, on her toys.
Ew, that's a factory of poop.
Yeah, but that's nothing. Yesterday at the grocery store,
Mama, stop. Stop this right now.
everyone was laughing and I burst into tears and ran away. But Mom continued her story again like nothing happened. On my first day of school, Mom walked with me. As we were about to enter, she grabbed my bag from behind and there started my first class. You're a careless, stupid little girl, so keep this in mind. Stay away from making friends, cause you never know who's good or bad inside, especially no boys. Focus on studying, that's why you're going to school. Hear me?
Mom, let me go. If you keep talking, I'll be late for my first day at class.
I ran off, and guess what's the first thing I did in class? I made friends with Kathy, who also happened to be my neighbor. One day, I asked Kathy to join us for dinner without telling Mom, but when she turned up at our door, Mom couldn't refuse. I was so happy to have my friend over, but soon I realized what a big mistake I'd made. Hey, what's up with the ew face, madame? You only eat lobsters and caviar for dinner? So, our food isn't good enough for you? Thank God you're not beautiful, or you'd think you're the queen of the world.
Mom, she didn't say anything. Let her eat, please.
Eat? No. I can see from her rich dress and her entitled look you don't belong with her. Just go away, ugly girl. Kathy freaked out and ran away. That felt horrible. I ran after her on the road when suddenly a bus came charging straight at me. I stood frozen in horror, but Mom pulled me back just in time. Are you crazy? You could have gotten hit and gone into a coma.
At least that would feel better, Mom. You embarrassed me so much. See, I'm gonna run off somewhere. If you don't let us be friends, I swear.
Oh, you heartless girl. Do whatever you want. I just want you to be careful, 'cause you're my daughter. Ugh, I don't know if all moms are the same or if it's just her. Years went by and Kathy and I became the closest. On her 10th birthday, they had a party and I attended it with my mom. When she heard Kathy say the price of their cake was $900, she lost it. Woo-wee! Why spend so much money on a cake while she can use it for her daughter's plastic surgery? Man, Kathy is ugly.
Mom, quiet. What can Kathy do about it? She didn't create herself.
Well, she can, actually. It's the 21st century, not a big deal. I saw Kathy looking really upset as some people laughed, and her mom asked us to leave. It was so embarrassing.
Mom, stop. Are you crazy?
You hurt Kathy's feelings. And does it make you mad that her mom is a single woman like you, but she's done so well for herself? Oh, shut up, Greta. I can tell from the looks of that lady, she's not honest. And listen, I don't want you to visit their house any longer. I don't have a good feeling about them. But I couldn't dump my best friend for no good reason. The next day, I went to Kathy's house and I apologized to her for my mom's annoying behavior. Kathy was such a sweet friend that she didn't hate me for my mom, and she forgave me. Just then, I saw her mom dancing. Kathy said her mom was a famous dancer in town and she ran a dance studio too. That's so cool, Kathy. I've always wanted to be a dancer, but you know my mom. She'd never pay for it. What if you don't need to pay? I'll speak to my mom. She'll teach you for free. That was amazing. I started going for weekend dance classes, telling Mom I was just hanging out with Kathy. Kathy's mom was teaching me some really different moves I'd never seen before, and she said it was the new trend. I was practicing at home one night when Mom came into my room and she burst out laughing. Where did you learn that from? That's insane. OMG, I can't stop laughing. What's so funny, Mom? Clearly you have no idea about the hot trend. And I learned this from a professional dancer. Professional? What? Oh no. These moves with claps and snaps, that's not dancing really. Enough, Mom. I'm sick of this. Just leave me alone. I pushed her out of my room and closed the door. God. Weeks later, we had a talent show. All the parents and teachers were going to be there, and I was freaking confident. I was going to get some big applause for my dance and prove my mom wrong. The moment I got on the stage and the music started, there was so much noise from the audience. Wow, they were loving it. But seconds later, they started throwing paper balls and shouting, out, 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 out. I stood frozen in shock. What? Just then I heard Mom yelling from the crowd. I warned you about these foolish dance moves, Greta. I told you, but no, you didn't listen. See now? Why don't you ever listen to your mommy? Seriously, Mom? I couldn't be more embarrassed. I ran home angrily. I was super mad at both my mom and Kathy's mom. How could she teach me this stupid dance? I didn't talk to my mom for days, and I stayed inside my blanket house. I'd only let my hand out of the bed to grab food from Mom. I wasn't gonna forgive any of them. One morning, when I let out my hand to get food, Mom held my hand and wouldn't let go. Just let go of my hand, Mom. I don't wanna. Kathy? What are you doing here? I'm so mad at you and your mom. You guys made me a fool out there. I'm so sorry, Greta. But why are you mad at me? I didn't do anything. Who knows what my mom teaches her students? But please, don't hate me for my mom. I never hated you for yours. She sounded so true. After all, it's not her fault, and she apologized too. I called her inside my blanket house, and we started talking and laughing, and I started feeling better. Hey, I've got good news. The baseball team captain, your long-term crush, he's hosting a Halloween party tonight, and he's invited everyone at school. That includes you and me too? OMG, that's amazing. But I don't have any costumes. Well, that's why I'm here. We have to go shopping. Come on. We both got up happily and found Mom standing there with flared nostrils. What's this little devil doing here? And what's all this about going to some stupid boy's party? Kathy was about to run away, but I held her hand. Mom, were you eavesdropping? That's awesome. But listen, I'm done with all your doubts and questions. You're making me feel like I'm dumb, but I'm not. So just back off, please. Okay, fine. I'm always looking out for you, but if you think you can take care of things by yourself, I'll back off. She stormed off, and Kathy and I had a blast shopping for costumes. Later that evening, I went to the party dressed up as Wonder Woman. I was sure to impress my crush, but when I walked into his house, I stared around in horror as everyone stared at me. No one was dressed in costumes. Everyone was just dressed in their regular clothes. As everyone started laughing, the ground under my feet started to burn. I looked around for Kathy, and just then, she came laughing with the baseball team captain, and then she kissed him in front of everyone. What the what? How could my best friend do this to me? Oh, looks like some poor kitty wanted to impress my boyfriend by wearing that costume. Gosh, Greta, talk about being desperate. Does Wonder Woman have a cape? Because now would be a good time for you to fly out of this really embarrassing situation. I got so mad. I gave her a hard slap on her face and ran out with tears. When Mom saw me upset, she totally lost it. Now you're crying, huh? See? I warned you about your stupid friendship and this stupid party and stupid boys. This is what you get for choosing that stranger over your mama. Mom, shut up. Just shut up. Of course, she couldn't. She kept blabbering while I walked sadly to my room. I couldn't sleep that night thinking of what Kathy had done to me all along. I didn't go to school for days, but Mom's torture was increasing, so I had to move on. But I wouldn't even look at that witch Kathy. Then one day, the teacher announced there was going to be a food sales day where we had to cook and sell food on campus. And Kathy and I were on the same team. We were given small cooking stations, and I started cooking on my own. Kathy was standing opposite to me, staring with devil eyes. Suddenly, I looked up to see that she was gone. Where'd she go? And seconds later, someone pushed me out of my station. Mom, what are you doing here? And why are you attacking me? Before she could answer, my whole tent burst into flames. Had my mom just saved me? I hugged her and saw Kathy smiling from afar. So it's her doing again? I marched straight up to her. Did you just try to hurt me, you psycho? Why? What did I ever do to you, other than being your friend? Friend? Oh, save it. I never wanted to be your friend. It's you who wanted me by your side, so you could look prettier than what you freaking are. And I'm sick of being in your shadow. I'm tired of being the ugly one. I don't want to be ugly. I can't be ugly. Ugly? I never saw you like that. I always thought you were a sweet, nice girl. What are you talking about? Why didn't you tell me about this before? You were never in my shadow. I loved you, Kathy. Oh, shut up. I don't need your sympathy anymore. You might be prettier than me, but I'm richer. With all the money I have, I'm just a queen myself. And you will see. Oh, I doubt that last part. I must say, you're very confident for a prisoner's daughter. Yeah, babe, your mom was arrested in the morning today for a major theft. Now we know how you people were living like millionaires. You must be ashamed. What? That was unbelievable. Kathy instantly started crying and screaming and ran out of the school like crazy. I then turned to Mom. Mom, I'm so sorry. I feel like such a brat. I never really listened to you, but turns out you were right about everything. With Kathy, her mom, the dance, the party, everything. I don't know why I always took you the wrong way. I guess it's my fault too. After hearing you say that I'm making you feel dumb, I understood. Yes, that's what I've been doing. I should express myself more wisely. Some parents aren't good at expressing their emotions at times. I'm sorry too, Greta. I hugged her and we both went home. That night, we had dinner inside my blanket house after so long, and Mom started talking again about how she burnt the toast today.
Duke stormed off, and so did Caleb, while Natalie stood there reeling in shock. What? They set me up? Caleb helped me set up some deal with Duke? Natalie felt sick to her stomach, and she had to confront Caleb ASAP. Later that night, as she was marching up to his door, something caught her attention from the window. It was Caleb's mom, and she was cleaning the house, not looking sick at all. Natalie knocked angrily, and Caleb looked surprised to see her. Nat, I didn't know you were coming. Is everything okay? Can we talk in private? Oh, of course. He walked out of the house with her to her favorite spot, and then she turned to him and pushed him angrily. So, you're the one who told Duke about me when he needed a fake girlfriend? You're also the one who made sure I couldn't say no? You ruined that statue and framed me. How could you do this to me? Nat. And then you acted like you didn't want me taking this job and made me feel guilty? Oh, the caring, possessive boyfriend. But it was your idea all along? You should get an Oscar for your performance. Please, listen, I can explain. You made a complete fool out of me. And you even told Duke I'm just a friend? Caleb, you're such a big jerk. He wouldn't have agreed to have you as a fake girlfriend if he knew we were together. Wow, that's your justification? You just used me like a stupid toy to get money out of him. And not for your sick mom because she seems to be just fine now. Who are you, man? I don't even know you. And it looks like I never did. Nat, it's not like that. Shut up. We're done. Do you hear me? We are done. Natalie didn't wait for his response before storming off. Caleb couldn't stop feeling devastated and broke down to his stepdad. Natalie broke up with me, Dad.
Forget about her then. When you have the money, you can marry any girl you want. You're too brilliant for her anyway. Try to target someone rich. Marrying into wealth will give you a lifetime of security.
Caleb was stunned at his stepdad's words. He did want to be rich and have a much easier life, but he couldn't forget Natalie just like that. Dad, Nat means a lot to me. I wanted the money, but I never meant to lose her in the process. And why would some rich girl want me, a poor farm boy? I have a plan, and if this succeeds, we're gonna live in the city like royalty. But I need to make sure I can trust you not to mess things up by getting emotional. Of course you can trust me, Dad. Mr. Cross smirked as he revealed his long-time plan of stealing some diamonds and money from the Harrisons. But that's a really big crime. What if we get caught? I've been working for them long enough to know every corner of the mansion. I know when to make the move and how to get away scot-free. Besides, it's not really stealing. Think of this as payment for taking advantage of the poor and treating us like dirt. This is about justice, kid, and your future. Mr. Cross eventually convinced the ambitious Caleb, but he still wasn't ready to let Natalie go. He would try to make her forgive him and win her back. Meanwhile, Natalie almost went to Duke to confront him too and end the contract immediately, but she stopped herself. No, she would play along and get the money he owed her. But it feels disgusting to still play along as his girlfriend. Duke couldn't stop thinking about Natalie. He'd lied to Caleb when he said he didn't want to be involved with her, because the truth was, he wanted to be close to her all the time. The next day, he was attending a huge charity event where he was a big donor and he invited her, but he couldn't help noticing that she wasn't really herself. Her smile seemed fake and she barely said a word. When he took her hand, she almost cringed and pulled it away. When they sat down for dinner, she suddenly spoke. Oh wow, are you kidding me? We're eating dinner costing $1,500 per person while raising money for some poor, hungry kids? So ironic. And you rich people are just so shallow and unbelievable. Natalie, what are you doing? Are you saying the food is overpriced? It's just $1,500, sweetheart. Just $1,500? I wish I was deaf right now because that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. Can you please do us all a favor and buy your girlfriend some class? The world would be a better place if you could all buy yourselves some good hearts. Duke was speechless. But just then, he was suddenly called on stage to give a speech. It has been an honor to be part of this event, and I would like to... As Duke met Natalie's glare from across the room, his mind just went blank. While he was embarrassing himself, Natalie went to the bathroom to calm herself down. Just then, she heard familiar voices, Mrs. Harrison and Harper. Mom, I'm really worried about that farm girl. It doesn't seem like a fling to me. I think he's really in love with her, and he wouldn't have invited her here otherwise, and he didn't even do anything after all that stuff she said. Your brother is such a pain, and I'm really running out of time. Sheila and her family are really pressuring me. We have to get rid of that stupid girl or else. I'll think of something that will ruin her big time. I don't want to just ruin her. I want her to disappear. Julie has that poor single mother as family, right? Right. Oh yeah, we could definitely use her. Mom, you're brilliant. They then laughed like maniacs as they walked out. Okay, that's it. Enough of this madness. I can't have them hurting Mom. I have to end things with Duke, now. Natalie ran out of the event looking around for a cab, but Duke found her before she could escape. You're leaving? Why were you so angry in there? I thought we were friends now and you wouldn't embarrass me. Friends? You really think we're friends, Duke? Yeah, I've started to. I care about you, Natalie. And there's something I've been wanting to tell you for a while, but I haven't had the guts to. What? I know this will make you even angrier, and... Just say it! A month ago, our gardener introduced me to his son Caleb, and we became friends. I told him about Mom pressuring me to date this crazy girl, and how I'd lied about already having a girlfriend. I asked Caleb if he knew a girl who could pretend to play the part for a while. I didn't want anyone from school. And then he recommended his friend, and that's you. And he told me you'd never agree because you hate my family, so he planned to set you up, and I agreed to it. We got you in trouble just so you'd be indebted to me and would be forced to play the part. I feel terrible about doing that to you, and I'm really sorry. I would understand if you're not able to forgive me. Natalie was stunned. She wasn't expecting Duke to confess. I already know everything. I heard you and Caleb talking about this at the back of the school the other day. You did? Why didn't you say anything? I thought, I'll play along since I can't repay you, but I don't care now. What are you gonna do? Send me to jail? Of course not. You didn't do anything wrong in the first place. We framed you for that statue. Exactly. I just want to stay far, far away from your family and you. Natalie got into a cab before he could say anything more. It kind of broke her heart that this was how things had ended between them, but she had to walk away while she could still control her feelings. The next few days, Natalie skipped school. She couldn't bear to see Duke and tried getting her mind off things with farm work. Hey, Mom, can I help with anything? It's fine, honey, I got this. I don't know why you're missing school. Mom, I just need a break, okay? And I would really like to help. All right. Get some grains from the back and feed the chickens. Just as Natalie returned with her grains, she saw her mom sidestep one of the geese, lose her balance, and hit her head on a rock. Mom! Her mom was rushed to the hospital and needed surgery, but Natalie simply couldn't afford the amount. She felt desperate and helpless, and then thought of the one person who could help her, Duke. I'm such an idiot. Why did I end things with him for free? He made me compromise my values and self-respect. I should get back with him to make him pay the price of my dignity, then dump him again. Ugh, why did I even love this jerk? Back at the Harrisons' mansion, Duke had been missing Natalie, and his heart leapt when she suddenly gave him a call. I'm sorry for the way things went down between us the other day. I was just really hurt because you lied to me. Can we meet tonight at the cafe?
I'll be there at 7.
But when he got there, he found Natalie panicking. Duke, I have to go to the hospital right away. Mom had an accident. He immediately drove her to the hospital, and it broke his heart seeing Natalie cry. Later that day, he heard her talking to the doctor about the price for the surgery.
I'll pay for it.
Duke, no, you don't have to.
Just think of it as a payment for all those days you worked for me.
He kept insisting, and Natalie pretended to refuse, but eventually agreed. I don't know how to thank you.
Don't think about it. Let's just hope your mom wakes up soon.
I really hope so too. Wanting to comfort her, Duke pulled her into a hug, and Natalie just found herself hugging him back. As she lifted her face, their eyes met and her heartbeat became wild.
You're so beautiful.
When Natalie realized what was happening, she immediately excused herself to the bathroom. Focus, Natalie. He's a jerk and his family is crazy. Don't get carried away. Meanwhile, Harper and Mrs. Harrison decided that dinner would be the perfect time to break Duke.
So, how's Natalie, darling? Maybe you should invite her to have dinner with us again. She's busy taking care of her mom, who's in the hospital.
Oh, really? We didn't even do anything to her mom yet.
What?
Duke, are you sure that's why your girlfriend can't come over?
Yes, Mom, I'm sure.
Or is it because she's your fake girlfriend and you've been feeding me a bunch of lies?
What? What are you talking about?
Just then, Harper started playing Duke and Natalie's conversation on her phone, where Duke confessed that he needed a fake girlfriend because of his mom.
I am so disappointed in you, Duke. You lied to me. You will end this stupid charade now. Mom, just stop it. Stop it with all this pressure. Yes, I lied to you, but you pushed me to do it. And Natalie may have been my fake girlfriend, but I love her now. Nonsense. Get rid of that gold digger and date Sheila instead. Or you can forget about being my son and all these privileges you were born with. That midnight, Caleb and his stepdad were successful in opening the Harrison safe. Wow. Dad, we're gonna be rich. I told you, son. Now, let's put everything into these bags. Hurry.
The father and son were almost done getting everything in the vault when the door suddenly burst open and the Harrison security team barged in with policemen. The next day, the news was all over town that Mr. Cross and Caleb had been arrested for theft at the Harrison mansion. Natalie could hardly believe her ears. She didn't love Caleb anymore, but he'd been her friend since they were kids, and she had to see him.
Nat, thank God you're here. You gotta help us. Please, ask Duke to make his family forgive us.
Caleb, why did you do it? When did you become this person?
How can you not understand, Nat? We've always hated those rich people. They've worked our parents to the bone and always mistreated us. Are we less smart than any of them? Or less deserving of a good life?
No, you deserve a good life, but you can't have it by robbing rich people. You have to earn it, Caleb.
I could work for 50 years and never get to where they are. I swear, I didn't want this just for me. I wanted it for my family and for you. I still love you, Nat, and I was gonna convince you to move away to the big city with me once I was rich.
How could you think this is what I'd want? I could never even cheat in tests when we were kids. And I don't love you anymore, Caleb.
But you're my best friend, my only friend. You have to help me. Please, call Duke.
I can't do that. You committed a crime and you'll have to pay for it. And not once have I heard you say that you're actually sorry you did it.
Please, Nat. Who's gonna look after my mom? This'll break her heart. I'm begging you.
Natalie softened and she tried to call Duke, but he wasn't picking up. She promised Caleb that she'd try to do what she could, but hours passed and there was no response from Duke. She then decided to call the last person she wanted to talk to. Hello, Harper? Farm girl? To what do I owe this displeasure? Your brother isn't answering my calls and messages. Is he okay? You tell me. Mom kicked him out of the house last night and basically disowned him, all because he said he was in love with you and wouldn't date anyone else. Dad tried to stop him, but he wouldn't stay. He what? Harper, where did he go? Why should I tell you? Harper, please, tell me he has somewhere to go. And he would still have some savings of his own, right? It turns out he doesn't have any. He had $100,000, or so we thought, but now he's penniless. He wouldn't tell me where he spent that money, but I can easily guess it was on you, you gold digger. She was actually right. Mom's surgery had cost $100,000, and it looked like Duke had given all his savings to me. She tried to call Harper again, who blocked her number, so she had no choice but to go to the mansion.
How dare you come here, you filthy, lying peasant!
I just wanted to ask where Duke went because I'm worried. Drop the act, girl. We all know how fake everything was. My brother was so stupid for actually falling in love with you. Yes, it was fake at first, but I've fallen in love with him too, for real. Please, you have to find out where he went. Suddenly, someone started bawling from the door. It was Sheila with her parents. Mrs. Harrison wasn't expecting their visit, and the blood drained from her face. Who's this girl? Where is my Duke? He's mine. He's only mine. Give him back to me. We are destined to be with each other. Sheila started screaming and breaking everything she saw, and her mom rushed to calm her down. Meanwhile, her dad was furious.
Our poor daughter. I thought Duke was single. What is the meaning of this? This is all a misunderstanding. This farm girl is crazy and— No, we've heard everything. Your son is in love with that girl and you lied to us. What is going on here? Your wife promised she'd repay us for keeping her horrible secret. This is the payment we want. Duke for our daughter.
Liars! Liars! Then suddenly, Sheila's dad took some pictures from his suitcase and showed them to Mr. Harrison.
Here is everything you need to see. Your wife is a terrible woman. We shouldn't have trusted her. And now our princess is emotionally destroyed. This is unforgivable.
Mr. Harrison was speechless. His wife was apparently having an affair with a wealthy politician.
My wife discovered all of this because she's the politician's secretary. He has been giving your wife huge sums of money and expensive gifts for years.
Mr. Harrison looked stunned, and then he lost it.
I've done nothing but love you, given in to every stupid tantrum, giving you everything you wanted, but it wasn't good enough for you, and now you've made our son miserable too, just to cover your own dirty secrets. Get out of my house, now!
No, you can't do this to me, honey. I'll leave him for you. But Mr. Harrison ignored her and ordered their security to drag her outside. Dad, what are you doing to Mom? Can't you just forgive her?
If you want to stay in this house, you will listen to me and stop being such a spoiled brat. Otherwise, you can leave with your mother. Is that understood, Harper?
Yes, Dad. Mr. Harrison then called the police to help him find his son. Natalie then remembered about this secret place Duke once took her to. She went there alone and found him.
Natalie, what are you doing here?
She told him everything that happened, and Duke couldn't believe how terrible his mom actually was. It's time for you to come home. Your dad is really worried about you.
And you? Were you worried?
Why do you think I'm here? And how could you be foolish enough to give me all your savings?
It was for your mom, Natalie. It's foolish not to take care of the people you love, and I love you.
I love you too, Duke. I never thought I could, and I really didn't want to, trust me. But you've made me fall in love with you. I can't help it.
Okay, so in that case, you need to sign another contract with me.
Depends. What kind of contract is that?
A contract to be my baby queen forever.
Oh my God, please don't ever call me that again.
I'll think about it.
Hi, I'm Lorna from Nashville, and this is my story. Please like and subscribe to For Eve. I grew up as an only child, and it was pretty lonely because my single mom was always busy. She'd mostly forget my birthdays or any promises she made. Mom, you promised you'd take me to the beach for a birthday picnic. The sea and the beach will still be there next weekend, Lorna, but without my job, I won't be able to raise you. Mom worked as a chef at a big restaurant, and I enjoyed watching her cook whenever I tagged along with her to work. That soup looks tasty. I need to use the bathroom. Don't touch anything. As soon as Mom left, I picked up a ladle and leaned over to scoop up some soup. Oh, it was so good. As I went in for another spoonful, suddenly my removable braces fell into the pot. Lorna, what are you doing there? Nothing. I quickly moved away, and she hurried with a bowl and dished out some soup. We have a very important guest in the restaurant. No distractions, please. When she went out again, I frantically searched for my braces, but moments later, she came into the kitchen crying. I just got fired because the important guest found this in his bowl. I am so sorry, Mom. Ever since you came, my life has been a roller coaster. I was heartbroken when she said that. After that, she changed towards me, even though I said sorry like a million times. She managed to get some part-time jobs, but was having trouble making ends meet. So eventually, when I was in 7th grade, we had to move from our nice apartment in the city and go live with Grandma in a small town. We hadn't met Grandma in ages, and she hugged me tight. Oh, you've grown so big, Lorna. Mom just sulked and took our bags upstairs to her old room. Grandma made an amazing supper, and I was having a great time, but Mom was still in a bad mood. And then she had the strangest conversation with Grandma. I don't want certain people to know that we're here. That's kind of impossible, dear. It's a small town. We're only going to be around for a few months till I get another job. Just don't talk about us with anyone. But I like Grandma's house. Please, let's just stay here for good. Mom just ignored me and walked off. We'll convince her to stay, don't worry. Now, you go to bed because tomorrow is your first day at your new school. The school I was going to was actually Mom's old school, and Grandma took me there the next morning while Mom stayed in bed. As I walked through the corridor, I saw this boy with big glasses hanging from his locker.
Hello, can you help me down?
How did you get up there?
My stupid older stepbrother and his friends.
I was as short as him, so it was a bit difficult getting him down, but we both ended up in a heap on the floor.
Thanks, I've never seen you around before.
Oh, I'm new. My name's Lorna.
Ew, what's that smell?
What smell?
It's coming from your bag. Do you have dead skunks in there?
When I opened it, I saw that Grandma had packed me lunch and it was leftovers from last night, and it didn't smell right. The boy ran away without even telling me his name, but when I got to class, I saw him there, and he instantly yelled,
"Hey everyone, there's the stink bomb I was telling you about."
That's how he paid me back for helping him? Everyone pinched their noses as I sat down with my stinky backpack, right behind that jerk, whose name was Brad. Hey, idiot, I'm hanging you back on that locker later.
I know what I did was wrong, but I've been waiting for a long time for someone new to take my place in school.
What are you talking about?
I've always been the easy target for bullies, the one that gets thrown in the trash bin or gets his face stuck in the toilet.
So you want me to go through all that?
It's not that bad, you look strong. Good luck.
I couldn't wait for class to be over so I could get back at him, but he ran out like lightning. When I got home, I told Grandma it was a bad idea to put leftovers in my lunchbox. I'm sorry, dear. Let's go get some lunch snacks from the grocery store. No, she's not going to the grocery store, Mom. Why can't I go to the store? It's just a short trip. It'll be fine. No one knows who she is. What? Nothing. Mom reluctantly agreed. And as Grandma and I roamed through the aisles, I suddenly spotted Brad walk in with a man who was probably his dad. Grandma, that's the boy who made all the kids laugh at me at school. Just then, Brad's dad saw us and approached Grandma. Hi, it's been a while since I've seen you. Oh, yes. Your son is really grown up. Yeah, who's this pretty girl? Oh, just a maid's daughter. What? No, I'm not, Grandma. Grandma? She's your granddaughter? Oh, God. Yes, she's my granddaughter. And then Brad's dad bent down and suddenly hugged me. Okay. What are you doing, weirdo? Gran, what's going on? Honey, I wasn't supposed to tell you this, but he's your dad. What? But Mom told me my dad wasn't alive. Oh, that's what she said. Well, I'm very much alive, honey. And this is your twin brother. What? Brad and I looked at each other stunned, and then Grandma said we needed to leave. On our way back home, Grandma explained everything to me.
Your mom had just completed high school when she had you and your brother, and she wasn't ready to start a family, so she took you and asked your dad to keep your brother.
But that's so unfair. I always wanted a sibling because growing up, Mom was always busy and I was so lonely.
I know, love. It wasn't a fair choice for both you and your brother.
When we got home, Mom was waiting for us, smiling. I got a job interview. You told me I didn't have a dad, but I saw him today. And I have a twin brother too? Were you ever going to tell me?
Gosh, I knew I shouldn't have come back here. She had to find out one day. Things like this just can't be kept a secret forever. This is a mess. Lorna, listen,
I don't want to hear anything you have to say. You lied to me all my life. The next day when I woke up, Dad was in the kitchen with Brad.
Why didn't you tell me you were in town? Because we made an arrangement to never see each other ever again. But you're here now. Don't you want to meet your son?
Mom looked at Brad tearfully, and he looked as angry as I felt.
I have a mom.
And I have a dad. The situation in the kitchen was really tense, so I took Brad to my room while our parents still argued. This used to be Mom's room, but now it's mine.
I can't believe I have a mom. My own mom. And a grandma and a sister. After Dad married my stepmom, things just went bad for me. She and her son are awful people.
Don't worry, you have me now.
I'm sorry about what I did at school.
I forgive you. Mom and Dad apologized to us both and said they'd been wrong to keep us apart. Brad and I told them it would take us time to forgive them. But secretly, we both thought it was the best thing we'd ever discovered. Mom decided to stay, and as time went by, Brad and I got really close. He started coming by often, and we had a lot in common. Grandma adored Brad, and slowly he and Mom started warming up to each other too. Like this one time, Mom was struggling to open a bottle of pickles, and he instantly got up to help her out. Wow, you're a strong boy now. She kissed him on his forehead, and his face just lit up. But at school, his older stepbrother Mason kept acting like a psycho. One day in the 8th grade, Dad took us all out to a restaurant. And just as I was about to sit next to Brad, Mason pulled away my chair and I fell flat on my butt.
Mason, what? I was pulling out a chair for the lady. I was being a gentleman, Dad. It's not my fault she's a clumsy idiot.
When Mason went to the bathroom, I smothered his seat with barbecue sauce without Dad noticing. Brad and I giggled as he took his seat.
What are you two goofballs laughing at?
It was so hilarious because when he got up, it looked like he pooped his pants. As we grew up, we learned how to defend ourselves against Mason and his friends. Until one day, I found Brad sitting with them during recess. Hey Brad, did you lose your way and your mind? Come on, let's find another table.
He doesn't want to chill with you anymore. Go find some other friends.
Brad? But he just looked away. What was going on? I caught up with him at the end of the last class. You want to tell me why you're hanging out with Mason suddenly?
Look, Lorna, my stepmom has a lot of connections, and she said she'll help me get into a great university on full scholarship if I help Mason pass his exams. So I gotta do this, okay?
That's ridiculous. You don't need her connections. You can get in on your own. And I'm sure Dad has enough money to pay for your college.
That's the thing. He doesn't. Dad's business was doing really poorly when he met my stepmom. Sometimes I think he just married her for the money. Now she controls everything. I have to do what she says. That's what Dad's told me too. It's just for some time. Mason will graduate soon.
He just walked away, and I suddenly felt so lonely again. He stopped coming over completely. And since Mom had gotten a job as a head chef in a nearby city, she'd become really busy again too. Thankfully, I had Grandma, but lately she'd been struggling with her memory. And one day I came home, and she couldn't remember who I was. Who are you? What are you doing in my house? Grandma, are you joking? Go away before I call the police. But it's me, Lorna. I had to wait outside till Mom came back. We took Grandma to the hospital, and the doctor said she had Alzheimer's disease. Why is this happening to Grandma? She's the only person I can talk to. Sweetie, you can talk to me, but you're never around. Mom started taking weekends off from work, spending more time at home so we could take care of Grandma together.
Lorna, I was very young when I had you and your brother. And it felt like it might be the end of all my dreams, but it's not true. I just want you to know that I love you both more than my career. Family is the most important thing, and it's taken me some time to realize that.
Thank you, Mom. I love you too. Grandma's illness brought Mom and I closer, but Brad just never came back to us.
He was still hanging out with Mason and his stupid friends even after they'd graduated high school. And then one day in 12th grade, I found him in the school parking lot trying to break into a teacher's car. Brad, what are you doing? None of your business. Go away. No, you were doing something wrong. I'm not just gonna forget what I saw. Look, just get out of here. I'm not going anywhere. Just then, Mason jumped over the school fence and started yelling at Brad. What's taking you so long, dude? My boys are waiting outside. I couldn't get the car open. I'm trying. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They were stealing a teacher's car? Mason, I should have known that you were behind this. When are you gonna learn to mind your own business, Lorna? I'm calling the principal. As I walked away, Mason grabbed my hand and I screamed. But just then, Brad pounced on him. Don't touch my sister. While they rolled on the floor wrestling, I ran straight to the principal for help. The principal called the police, and Mason was arrested for trespassing on school property and attempted theft. Turned out, it wasn't the first car he and his gang had stolen. Brad, what happened to you? Lorna, you don't know what I had to live with. Mason's mom is so evil. If I didn't listen to Mason, then he would tell his mom, and I won't get to go to college. Did you talk to Dad? Did you tell him that Mason is making you steal cars? I tried, but he never believes me. I hugged him as he cried. You should have told me. I would have helped you. I told Mom everything that happened, and she was so mad at Dad. She insisted that Brad come and live with us, and he was really happy to. Soon after, my college application replies came back, and to my delight, I'd gotten in on a full scholarship. I'm so happy for you, sis. My scholarship applications never got accepted, but at least you get to go. I have enough money saved by now, and I'll pay for your studies, Brad. You don't have to worry about that ever again, because you are also my child. As we celebrated in the living room, Grandma suddenly appeared. Lorna, Brad, when did you get here? I'm so happy to see you. Grandma remembered us, even if it was for just a little while, and it was a moment to cherish.
Hi, I'm Stormy. Please like and subscribe. I lived with my parents in a small city in the States. My parents loved me loads, and I was living a simple, peaceful life until I discovered something strange about me on my 5th birthday. When I was about to thank the guests after the party, I felt quite nervous with everyone staring at me.
We did thank you all for coming to my birthday.
What a fumble! That's the first time I realized I stutter in nervous situations. Everyone around me laughed and I just ran away. I sat by the pool crying when a girl my age with glasses came and sat down near me.
Hey, I'm Nora. We just moved here. I know, speeches suck. Yuck, I hate them too.
She wiped my tears and I instantly put my arm around her. It felt like we were destined to be friends.
Mommy takes me to the park every night. Wanna come along? It'll be fun.
And so we met at the park every evening, and soon we became best friends. One such day, I saw another girl with Nora. As I approached them, the girl started laughing.
Don't tell me you're friends with her. Isn't she the dummy who said thank you at her birthday party? Yeah, I did. But what's your problem? You're such a stupid combo. Stormy the dummy and No Eyes Nora.
She laughed and pulled Nora's glasses. Nora reached out for them, but the girl threw them on the ground and stomped on them. I lost it. I kicked her hard and she fell on her butt.
How dare you mess with my friend? Your friend? She's my sister, you moron. Get lost.
What? Turned out, she was Nora's twin sister, Leah. She gave Nora a death stare and ran to complain to her mom.
She can't be your sister, Nora. She's awful.
Yeah, she is. That's why I didn't introduce her to you before. We just never get along. But thanks for standing up for me. Days passed and we all started going to the same school. Whenever Leah or anybody bullied me or Nora, we always stood up for each other. Life was good until one day in the 6th grade, Nora told me the saddest news. Their family was moving to New York City. I don't want to go, but my dad's got some big job there and he can't miss it. I'm so sorry. She hugged me and we both burst into tears, while Leah mocked and laughed at us. And that's the last day we all met. I missed Nora so much that I didn't even attend school for days. But then Mom and Dad encouraged me. Slowly, I started focusing more on my studies and became a school topper. But when I was in high school, my parents came up with a strange plan. They wanted me to move in with my aunt in New York for a better education. I wasn't so happy to leave them, but I agreed. When I reached New York, Aunt was so pleased to have me. She took me shopping around the city and got me all ready for my new school. Stepping into the big school, I felt like I was in a movie. I walked straight up to my class in the 9th grade, but almost all the seats were taken. I was gazing around when suddenly a girl waved at me. Me? Yeah, come on up, here's a seat. That was so sweet. I walked near her, but then I noticed from her smile, she's someone I knew. OMG, Nora? Is that you? You look amazing, and you got contacts? I know, gotta make some changes. And you're beautiful as ever, too. We shouted in excitement while the whole class stared at us like crazy. Nora took me out on a tour around the school, and we bumped into Leah. Oh God, you again? How many more losers can a class of grade 9 hold? And she had a set of minions here too around her. Seemed like she hadn't changed one bit. Well, maybe you can leave and never come back, so the class will be one loser less. Nora and I laughed and high-fived. Leah looked like she was about to attack me, but some teacher walked by just then, and I escaped. Later that day at lunch, I sat down with Nora at a table, and the next minute, 2 girls brought us food as if in a restaurant. Hey, don't you know I'm on a diet? Take this burger back and get me a salad, and one for Stormy too. No, really, it's fine. I can get my own lunch. Thanks. Hey, why? Easy, girl. See, she's already going. Now, chop chop. Whoa. I was surprised to see she was a big shot in the school, with her own set of minions. As we were eating, Leah was sitting a few tables away, and I saw a strange grin on Nora's face. Now, watch the show. Saying that, she walked straight to Leah with a bottle of water. She silently poured the whole bottle onto her food. Leah snapped and pushed her hard. Nora fell down with a scream. Ah! Look, guys! She slapped me and pushed me down for no reason. Do you want such a mean girl to be your president? Stop embarrassing yourself, Nora. You're gonna lose no matter what you try. We'll see about that. What was happening? When she came back to her seat, I asked Nora, what was all that about, Nora? And I saw that you started it. That wasn't very nice of you. Why? I told you, you gotta change to fit into the world or you'll lose. Well, here I mean the school president election. I'm running and so is Leah, and I have to beat her butt. I wasn't liking her cheap winning tactics, but she was my friend, and when she asked me to help prepare posters for her campaign, I did. A day before the election, the candidates had to give their final speech in front of all the students, and a second student had to speak in favor of each candidate too. I was praying Nora wouldn't look up to me, but she did, and I really had to step up. I started off confidently, but suddenly I realized how many pairs of eyes were on me, and I lost my nerve. So, what I'm trying to say is, vote for Nora. And the whole school ended up shouting in chorus, No, Nora! No, Nora! Nora looked furiously at me and stormed off. I called her out, but she didn't stop. Gosh, I'd messed up, but I hadn't done it on purpose. She shouldn't have asked me. And when the election results were announced, Leah was declared the winner. I knew Nora would be really mad, but I had no idea what she'd do next. Just as the previous president was putting the president badge on Leah, Nora came charging straight at her onto the stage and knocked Leah over. She ripped the badge right off her shirt. I jumped onto the stage to stop her, but just then, she pulled Leah's hair, and it came off. OMG, it was a wig! Everyone looked stunned to see Leah hairless. Nora just stood there grinning, while Leah looked around horrified. I thought you'd at least keep this promise, Nora. You suck. She burst into tears and ran off. As Nora walked off the stage, I went after her and grabbed her arm. Are you crazy, Nora? How could you do something so awful to your own sister? Who are you? What have you become? Who are you to ask me that, you stuttering moron? You cost me the election too. She pushed me so hard that I hit the wall. I lost it. I attacked her back, and it was a big fight that landed us both in detention. But at least I was clear about something now. I was not going to be friends with her ever again. I didn't even know who she was anymore. I felt bad for Leah, but she didn't show up for days. And Nora was just going out of control. She made the whole class sign a petition for a re-election and sent it to the principal. Worse, she used Leah's absence and told everyone she was the acting president. So class, today we're all gonna skip the math test and go watch the soccer team's rehearsals. They're amazing. We're not listening to you, Nora. You can go if you want, but we'll be right here in class. You always were such a loser nerd, Stormy. Don't talk back to your president. You are skipping math. Everyone will, 'cause I said so. That was insane, and there was no way I was gonna listen to her. I stayed back in class, and I was glad at least some of the other kids did too. Weeks passed, and finally, Leah showed up for the exams. But she wasn't the same girl anymore. She sat in the last seat in class and didn't talk to anyone the whole day. I decided to go talk to her. When I went to her at lunch, she immediately stood up and started walking away. Hey, wait up! You don't have to run away from anyone. If you start running, you'll have to do that your whole life. Just stop. And she did. She came back and sat down next to me for lunch. And I saw Nora and her gang staring at us from afar, but I couldn't care less. I shared my lunch with Leah, and slowly she started getting comfortable. She told me she got a strange condition called alopecia a year ago, which made her lose most of her hair. She even apologized for being so mean towards me. You know, all these years, I thought being mean to people says you're tough and strong. The way I treated you and Nora till now, I think I deserve this shame. No, you didn't deserve it, Leah. It was cruel, but I'm glad you realized your mistakes, and I hope this means we can be friends now. We started hanging out in school and even at my place to study together, and she was actually quite easy to get along with. We aced the exams, and I was really looking forward to junior prom, but Leah seemed reluctant. Actually, I don't think junior prom is a good idea, but you should go. It's just me. Oh, come on, Leah, you're the president now.
You mean the hairless president? If only it was a Halloween party, you could come as Voldemort and win.
Shut up, Nora. There's a big difference between being hairless and heartless. You should be more worried about how ugly you are on the inside. How come you don't stutter at all when you raise your voice at me, Stormy? Was it a plan to make me lose the election then? Think whatever you want to, I don't care. See you at prom. Leah and I walked out. I took her shopping that evening, and we got some beautiful dresses for the big eve. And I bought something that shocked Leah. A bald wig. This is gonna complement my costume. I'm gonna show everyone being hairless is a fashion in itself. How about you? She cried and hugged me tight. I held Leah's hand tight and took her to prom, beautifully hairless. Some gossiped, many were speechless, and I saw my friends smiling with confidence. That made me happy. Nora mocked us and laughed, but no one backed her up. Hey, knock it off, Nora. Leah looks lovely, and it's brave of her to come like this. Yeah, and we all like Stormy too. She's really nice. Nora lost her mind and picked up some juice glasses to fling at us, but just then the principal happened to walk by, and the juice went straight in her face. She immediately kicked Nora out of the event. That felt like a victory. Just like that, we were at the end of high school. We got some great news. Leah and I got placed in the same university on scholarship. The last day at school, I walked into the restroom to find Nora sitting in a corner bawling like a baby. Hey, Nora, you okay? What happened? You of all people. Why are you here? Just leave me alone. Sure, I will. Right after you tell me what's wrong with you. What do you want to know, huh? That I'm a real loser? Fine. I'm dumb and stupid, and I failed all my exams, and I won't graduate from high school this year. And I've lost all my popularity, and everybody hates me. Happy to hear that, Stormy? Why would that make me happy, Nora? We used to be best friends, and I miss that person. But maybe this is a chance for you to set things right before you leave this place. Be nicer to your new classmates, and they won't hate you. You said you have to change to fit in. And I guess you need to change into the better, kinder version of yourself now. I know you can. She looked at me silently as I gently patted her on the shoulder, and then I walked away. Hi, Hi, my name is Anna, and I'm from Ohio. Please like and subscribe. My parents always dreamt of being world-famous singers, but they could never become anything more than background vocals. So when me and my sister Tanya were born, Dad taught me all about music. While Tanya was Mom's favorite, 'cause she was the pretty one. Everyone admired her emerald green eyes and blonde hair. Once when we were 5, a woman even tried to steal her from the park.
Let go of my sister or I'm gonna scream! I'll give you $10, kid. Let go of her hand.
Tanya and I struggled until she let go and ran away before the police came. Tanya hugged me tight.
Anna, you saved me. No one touches you on my watch, sis.
Even growing up, she always had everyone's attention, whereas I enjoyed my simple life. But then in 10th grade, things took a wild turn. One day after school, we got home to see Dad being rushed to the hospital. He had a heart attack. A week passed by, and we found out he wasn't gonna get better unless he had this really expensive surgery, and we didn't have money for it. Mom was thinking about selling the house when, out of the blue, she got a phone call. After she hung up, she screamed like crazy. My former agent told me they're looking for new talent and they're gonna pay huge money. She told us about a music audition that was happening in another week and asked us to grab the opportunity. On the day of the audition, everyone was stunned by Tanya's looks, but when she opened her mouth, they all covered her ears. Hello from the other side. Someone grabbed the mic from her hands or shut off the speakers. I can't stand her voice. Well, he was over-exaggerating, but not entirely. Tanya couldn't sing a note, not even in the bathroom. A few minutes later, it was my turn, and when I started singing, the producers looked mesmerized. I'm not giving up on you. You know I love you. Please hug me and say it back. I love you. After a long discussion, they announced they were gonna sign both of us, but there was one condition. They wanted me to sing, but in the background, for Tanya, she would lip sync to my voice. No, that's wrong. We won't be doing that. But Tanya held my hand with teary eyes. Please, sis, you have to do this. We need the money. But Tanya, Anna, my love, the future of our family rests on your shoulders now. Think about your dad. Think about our family, honey. I knew it was wrong, but I couldn't stand to see my family suffering. So I agreed. After we signed the deal, all of Dad's hospital bills were paid, and he came back home all healthy in a month. And then it was just me and Tanya and the non-ending music videos and tours around the country. Everywhere Tanya went, people would go crazy for her. They would literally jump over each other to catch sight of her. These people were nuts. And clearly, this was getting to Tanya's head, because when we returned to school after summer break, she started acting like a queen and a bully. Get out of my seat. That's my spot. Don't you know who I am? The guy didn't even flinch and kept munching on his sandwich, and Tanya looked as furious as a dragon. Hey, it's okay. We can take another seat. Maybe he can't hear, but she just picked up a bottle full of mustard and dumped it on his head. You've got to be frickin' kidding me. I looked at the guy, who looked raging mad. Hey, I'm sorry about my sister. She's a little... Please, let it go. I'll pay for your jacket later. I grabbed Tanya's hand as I pulled her out of there. Have you lost your mind? Didn't you see? He was acting as if he didn't know me. Tanya, you're not the president, and you should... Whatever, Anna. You didn't have to say sorry to him. He's a jerk. Saying that, she stormed away. Ugh, such a diva. Later, after school was over, I went into the music room to practice my singing. But just as I finished, I heard someone clap behind me, and I was shocked to see the guy from the cafeteria, Brandon. That voice, that's your sister's voice when she sings, isn't it? Oh God, what now? But he didn't know anything for sure. I thought you didn't know her, and now you know her voice? I never said that. She just assumed it. I know who she is, and now I know her little secret. You know nothing. With every sentence, he kept getting closer as I was backing away. I tripped over something, and he caught me. What are you even doing here? Everyone's gone. But you're still here, and you kinda owe me something. My eyes widened at that, but then he put me back on my feet and continued. You said you'll pay for my jacket,
I'm here to collect the money.
Right. What was I even thinking? I gave him some money from my bag and ran out of there. A few days later, while I was in the library, Tanya came to me. I want you to go and give this to Brandon and tell him that I want to meet him at the cafe tonight.
What? Why? What are you up to now?
Didn't you see? He ignored me. He isn't like the other guys who were running after me 24/7. I like him. I want him. I want to make him my freaking boyfriend.
Well, then you go and talk to him. Why should I do it?
Because I'm me, duh. I'm a superstar. I can't make the first move. I don't want to look desperate. Do it for me, please.
Ugh. Reluctantly, I left a note on his table and asked him to come to the cafe and ran out of there.
Later, Tanya asked me to tag along, and just when we reached the cafe, she saw some random people with cameras there. Oh no, paparazzi. I can't be seen with anyone. My contract doesn't allow me to date publicly, Anna.
But what about Brandon? He's waiting for you.
Can you please go and tell him I'll see him tomorrow at school? Okay, thanks, bye. Saying that, she ran into a cab and rode away.
Now I had no choice but to inform Brandon myself, so I went in.
Hey, I'm sorry, but
I thought you wouldn't come and that this was some stupid prank, but I'm glad you're here.
What? Me? Wait, did he think I was the one who called him here? Shoot! I wanted to tell him everything, but he looked so happy to see me, and he'd ordered all my favorite food items. I thought I could wait another few minutes before telling him, but as time went by, things just kept getting better and better. He was pretty cool. After our little date, he walked me back home. This was my chance to tell him the truth, but he just pulled me in for a kiss, and gosh, it was amazing. Suddenly, I heard Tanya coming out the front door, and I pushed him away into the bushes and rushed in. The next day, I was looking for him everywhere to tell him the truth, but I found Tanya was already talking to him in the corridor. Frickin' fishes. What do you mean you don't like me? Then why did you show up at the cafe last night?
What are you, crazy? I wasn't waiting for you. I was there for Anna. I wouldn't date someone as mean as you, even if you were the last girl on earth.
How dare you? Tanya slapped him hard and ran out of there, and all the kids were recording everything on their phones. This was bad. I ran after Tanya, but she pushed me away. Get lost, Anna. I told you I liked him, but you trapped him first. Tanya, stop it. I didn't do anything. He liked me from the beginning, and you sent me to him. Yeah, it was my biggest mistake, thinking I could trust you. Traitor witch. She jumped onto me and grabbed my hair, and we broke into a huge fight. Mom and Dad were called in, and the principal showed them the videos the kids had recorded. He said Tanya's behavior was getting worse day by day, and she was suspended for a month. I felt so bad and went to hug her later that night and told her I wasn't going to see Brandon anymore, and she immediately hugged me. But when I went to my room, Brandon was already waiting there.
Why are you avoiding me? And what was your sis talking about today?
Brandon, you can't be here. Get out now.
Hey, chill. Why do you look so tense? Tell me, what happened?
He pulled me close into his arms, and I just melted. I told him everything, honestly, and then he looked into my eyes.
I won't force you to like me, but if you do, I won't let anyone keep you away from me, Anna.
He moved in to kiss me, but just then, Tanya came into my room with a fire extinguisher in her hand and sprayed it all over us. I knew it, you ugly cow. I knew you're a filthy backstabber, and I'm gonna destroy you both. Suddenly, Mom and Dad came running too, and she was taken back to her room. And I was grounded for a week for inviting a boy. We had a big concert soon, and though I was super mad at Tanya, I still had to help her because of our contract. As usual, I was singing backstage while the entire crowd was cheering for Tanya. After the performance was over, she was given an award for star performer. Even Mom and Dad were called on stage.
You guys must feel truly blessed to have a daughter with the voice of an angel.
It's an honor. We're so lucky to have her. For some reason, I felt really left out, and I smashed my mic on the ground. Just then, someone from the audience asked Tanya to dedicate a song to Mom. Holy moly. Tanya made this gesture with her hands that was my cue to sing every time. But my mic, it was lying broken on the floor. She started singing without me, and everyone in the audience heard her real voice. Oh my God! A wave of silence passed through the audience, and Tanya looked at me super mad. The crowd started chanting that she was a fraud who did lip syncing. They went mad and started climbing onto the stage. The bodyguards immediately took Tanya and my parents away to safety and left me there all by myself. How could they? I ran out of the venue and I was raging mad. I did so much for them and they didn't care about me one bit. But when I reached home, I was shocked to see a huge crowd gathered in front of my house. What in the world was happening? Just then, my phone went buzzing like crazy with videos and messages from everyone. Tanya's bullying and lip-syncing videos were going viral, and someone uploaded my video as the real singer too. Holy Mother of Jesus! I quickly went into the house through the back door, and on seeing me, Tanya viciously threw a vase at me, which I barely missed. Just then, I saw all the singing awards and trophies she was burning in the fireplace. Oh my God, have you gone crazy? Why would you do that? What were you thinking? Trying to ruin me? What? Are you kidding me? It was an accident. Oh, was it? Or is it because you want some fame for yourself now? Just remember this, you witch. People hear your voice because of my face. Otherwise, no one would ever pay you, even if you sang on the roadside. Who was this monster? You're such a mean, self-absorbed brat, Tanya. I can't believe you'd say that to me when the fact is, you're only a star because of my voice. Without me, you're just a pretty dumb face. Tanya picked up a burning trophy in her hand and charged at me with full force. You took away everything from me. The guy I loved, my reputation at school, and now my fame too. I'm gonna kill you. Thankfully, Mom and Dad came in and stopped her just in time.
Stop this madness right now! I can't believe we were so blinded by your beauty and fame that we never realized what a monster you were turning into.
Dad took the burning trophy from her hand and threw it away.
Anna, we're so sorry. We've never truly appreciated you for everything you've done for us. You're the daughter that every parent would be proud of. Please, forgive us.
Oh, Mom, Dad, you people are just morons. And I'm not letting go of my fame so easily. Watch this. I'm gonna walk out and everyone is still gonna love me. Tanya opened the front door and walked out, and all the media surrounded her.
So, is it true you can't sing? And that creepy frog voice we heard? Was it your real voice?
And who's the real singer? Is she your sister? We want to say her. You're just fake trash. Just then, a bunch of anti-fans started throwing eggs and rotten tomatoes at her. She was screaming like crazy and pushing through the crowd to get to her car. And well, I was enjoying it. She was totally getting what she deserved. I thought I'd get a better view from my room, so I went up and found Brandon there. I immediately hugged him.
Whoa, the truth's all out now. And I can't believe I'm dating the real star. I'm excited for your famous life now.
No, Brandon. I just want a peaceful life. And if you're with me to enjoy some kind of popularity, you got the wrong girl.
No, babe. I don't care about what you choose, just as long as I can be with you. Always.
I didn't have the grades to graduate, was accused of vandalism, saved someone from drowning, and got arrested, all in the same week. Oh, but before I get ahead of myself, hi, I'm Maya from California. Please like and subscribe. Ever since I can remember, swimming was my happy place. When I was 3, my love of all things aquatic got a little awkward from my parents, who had to keep pulling me out of mall fountains, bird paths, and koi ponds. Excuse me, adults, if you put those signs up and I'm too young to read them, do you see where I'm going with this? Well, by the age of 13, the only job I ever dreamed about was becoming a lifeguard.
Being around water, saving people, and hot guys in swimsuits, what's not to love? But on dry land, that's a whole different story. You see, I was not the greatest student, and my mortal enemy was math. Then my dad got a promotion, and we moved into an apartment in the city, and I had to start my senior year at a brand new school. Seriously, Dad, I had just spent the last year sucking up to all my teachers so they would grade me on a generous curve. Where's the respect for all my hard work? Life wasn't any different there. But like divine intervention, I looked up and saw my favorite 4-letter word. Okay, seriously, you guys, I know at least half of you just thought of a word that would get you grounded if you said it out loud. I only planned to swim for a few minutes, but I was startled by a gorgeous boy.
I said, "What are you doing in my pool?"
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought this was the school pool. A school pool. That's funny, get it? Because it rhymes.
I get it. It's just not funny. And it's my pool because my family paid for it.
He pointed to the plaque on the wall with his family name and under it a sign.
I'm Sebastian Monroe III. And if I catch you in here again, I'll have you arrested.
Arrested? Well, that's a bit dramatic. Did you think I was gonna pee in the pool or something? I'm Maya, by the way. I realized I was talking to myself because he had already left. He had the manners of a goat, and that's an insult to goats. I don't get it. Even if his family paid for the pool, it's still the school pool. I have to be on the swim team and prove to him that I'm better than him. I made the team, of course, and beating Sebastian's top score was just the icing on the cake. So I dominated any competition I was in. I figured Sebastian must have told one of his goon buddies to try to scare me for tearing it up on the swim team because I noticed this nerdy-looking guy lurking outside the school. I tried to approach him, but he was a tricky little thing and got away. Was Sebastian trying to have me stalked? Or disappeared? Okay, now I'm being dramatic. You guys ever feel like your mind plays tricks on you because you've watched too many crime movies? I walked back into school and saw something I did not expect. Sebastian was leaning against my locker, looking so handsome, but I kept my cool.
Your team wins again. If I had known you were part mermaid, I might not have given you such a hard time.
Oh, thank goodness. I was wondering how I would go on living without your approval. Now, excuse me, I need to get to my locker.
I'll only move if you agree to go out with me.
It figures. The only way you could get a date is with blackmail.
Okay, I deserved that. But I am trying to make up for being such a jerk to you. I really like you. And I was listening when you introduced yourself, Maya.
He leaned in close to me, put his head on my shoulder, and looked up at me.
Look, I'm trying to be cute and vulnerable.
You guys ever fall for that guy who makes you think, sure, he's a bad boy, but he'll change for me? I guess even you deserve a second chance.
Awesome. Where do you want to go?
I have this sudden craving for ice cream. He took me to an upscale dessert place and ordered one of everything. He was charming, and I was falling for him like an apple off an Isaac Newton's tree. Oh hey, I guess I did learn something in class. I thought things are starting to look up. But what do they say about looking up? That's when you trip and faceplant. Yep, I failed my second test. One more and I would get kicked off the swim team. I went to sweet talk the coach, but unfortunately he was allergic to my charm. Thankfully, my parents hired an amazing tutor, Lucy, who knew how to keep me awake, unlike others who snored or were more interested in snacking. And before I knew it, I was doing better on my tests and even got a B+. And by the way, this Lucy is awesome. But unfortunately, the story isn't about her. But please know she's amazing. Maybe I should tell her story one day. Don't you agree, guys? Also, to review, I was dating the hottest guy in school and crushing classes and the swim team. That nerdy guy was still popping up at school, and now that Sebastian and I were dating, I knew he wasn't behind it, so I asked him.
Oh, he's probably smitten with you. Too bad you're taken.
But I can't stop thinking about it.
You just need a distraction.
I'm serious, Sebastian. What if He interrupted my rant with a kiss.
If he's what?
I was so charmed by his kiss that I forgot what I was saying. He who? Well played, Sebastian III. Well played. After school that day, I came home, and there was a package at my front door. No return address, just my name on it. I was so excited. It must have been Sebastian surprising me with something wonderful. But when I opened it, the worst smell filled the room. It was a bag of poop.
My parents called the police, but they said nothing could be done because there was no one to trace it back to. I made a list of people I thought it could be, like Amy, whom I told her boyfriend she had kissed someone else, and Tony, who I totally exposed his crush on our teacher. But that creepy, nerdy guy was the number one suspect. I showed it to Sebastian the next day at school.
Babe, I'm telling you, it's some girl at school that's jealous of you because you're dating me.
Wow. Did the school give you an extra locker for that ego?
It's not an ego if it's the truth. Don't worry, I'll protect you. Besides, I have a romantic date planned for us that will take your mind off of all this. I'll pick you up at your house at 7.
I decided to focus on our date and get creepy nerd guy off my brain. I jumped in my closet for some great chimichurris to go with my dress and started to wonder where Sebastian would take me. But he never showed. I called and texted, nothing. I was really worried and rushed over to his house. When I showed up, there were police cars everywhere, and my heart sank like the Titanic, thinking something had happened to Sebastian, until I saw him standing next to his car. Sebastian! Oh, thank God you're okay. Then I noticed his car. Someone had spray painted, "Sebastian is a loser, he can't swim."
My parents think you did this.
All that misspelling? Well, that's just insulting. I'm bad at math, not English. If you're gonna try to frame someone, do your homework. Just as I was about to defend myself, his mom rushed toward me.
Is this the monster who did this to my baby? Well, you're lucky there isn't enough evidence to arrest you, or you would spend the rest of your life in jail. Oh, Sebastian, why do you insist on living that low lifestyle? I mean, does it even know about personal hygiene?
She walked off in a huff, and I was stunned and hurt. I went to Sebastian for comfort, but instead he yelled loud enough for his parents to hear.
I don't care how cute you think it was. We're over.
You know I would never do this. It must be that creepy guy. But he just walked away. What just happened? How could he not believe me? I ran away with tears in my eyes and spent the whole night eating half of the world's junk food. The next day at school, Sebastian met me with a big hug and a romantic kiss, like everything was normal. How many personalities am I dating?
Sorry about the show last night, babe. It was just to get my parents off my back. You know how parents are. We'll just have to keep our love a secret for a while, and then I will fix everything. Trust me.
But you were so mean to me, and you let everyone believe I would do that.
Well, yeah, of course. And I did it all for you. I didn't want my mom to get you kicked off the swim team.
I was relieved. He really did care about me. I wasn't thrilled about the way he did it, but boys aren't that bright, and he probably did the best he could.
Besides, what do you care about what my parents think? You have me, and that's all that matters. Let's just focus on the senior beach bash tonight and forget them.
Well, I have been looking forward to this all year, so I'll meet you there. Once I arrived, I could hear music blasting and see a huge campfire. Sebastian was waiting at the gate for me, but I noticed there was a padlock at the entrance.
Come this way. We have to go through the tear in the fence.
I'm a little nervous about this. Are you sure we're not breaking the law?
What's the big deal? Everyone else is already there. Besides, do you see any signs telling us to stay out?
Well, against my better judgment, I agreed. We had fun, and he danced around like a reject from America's Got Talent, but he was cute. Halfway through the night, Sebastian disappeared. I asked if anyone had seen him, and someone said he went to get some pizzas. I was thinking how weird it was that he didn't tell me, like my boyfriend had ghosted me. I just wanted to go home. Suddenly, a guy screamed that some girl had fallen into the water and was sinking. I knew I could swim faster than I could run. Acting quickly, I tore off the bottom of my dress so it wouldn't weigh me down and dove in. It was cold, but all I kept thinking was that I had to save her. I reached her in minutes and swam her to shore. Her boyfriend thanked me 1,000 times, and I could feel their love for each other as her boyfriend embraced her in turn. I was so tired that I laid down on the sand. My teeth were chattering when someone wrapped the jacket around my shoulders from behind.
Are you okay? That was some pretty heroic stuff.
It was the creepy nerdy guy. You! Why are you following me? Did you send me that poop? What are you even doing here? My interrogation was rudely interrupted by the police showing up and arresting everyone for trespassing. I knew sneaking through a hole in a fence was shady. When we were at the police station waiting for our parents, I saw that guy again. I ran up to confront him. I don't know what your weird fascination is with me, but I'm only gonna warn you once. Stay away. I understand you might think that, but I wasn't following you. I've been following your boyfriend, Sebastian.
Sebastian? You have a crush on Sebastian?
No, but I was, in a way, stalking him. Did you notice that your boyfriend managed to disappear before the police came?
I really wanted to argue with him, but he was right. Where the heck was Sebastian? I was released, but my parents were so disappointed. And worst of all, Sebastian was nowhere to be found. I even went to his house when I knew his parents were out, but he wasn't there either. But I saw that creepy guy again. Where is he? And what's the drama? Start explaining.
Actually, I found out he's in hiding because he was the one who called the police.
Then he showed me pictures on his phone of Sebastian making a call at the beach. Well, that doesn't prove anything, and you still haven't said why you were stalking him.
I do freelance work for a tabloid magazine, and they pay big bucks for any dirt on millionaire playboys.
Well, listen here, stalkerazzi. Albert. Fine, Albert. When Sebastian shows up, he will have an explanation for all of this.
And what will his explanation be for taking down the no trespassing signs at the beach, sending you a box of poop, or vandalizing his own car just to get a new car by making you feel bad? And did you know he also switched your test so you would fail?
What are you talking about? He showed me everything. I was crushed. How could I have fallen for such an evil mastermind?
I have all the photos saved to this USB to give to my editor tonight.
Then, out of nowhere, Sebastian ripped the USB out of Albert's hand and swallowed it.
And now it's my word against yours.
I thought the next time I saw him, I would run to his arms, but instead I slapped him. I pinned him against the wall, but Albert held me back before I could slap him again. You might be rich, but you could be outsmarted by a box of hair. You do know they are still on the cloud, right?
I think I'm gonna be sick. Well, that's not how I wanted to get my USB back.
You know, you've got some pretty strong arms under that nerdy exterior. Albert showed the pictures to the police, and Sebastian went to jail. It turns out Sebastian was just a spoiled brat who wanted to get even with me for bruising his ego. Apparently his friends laughed at him when I kicked his butt on the swim team. Get a life, dude.
I'm sorry if I creeped you out with all the sneaking around.
It was kinda weird, but I'm sorry I was quick to judge you. Thank you for coming to my rescue. He may not have been as good looking as Sebastian, but as I stared into his eyes, I could see he was so thoughtful and kind, and that was way more attractive. Yep, I think I'm gonna date this guy. But I have to end the story for now. Sorry, guys. Be careful who you call your boyfriends. That's my advice. See ya!
Hi, I'm Clara, and I'm a story hunter. I see a story in everything, and I won't stop until I find it. But before we get into it, please like and subscribe to MSA. My parents thought they'd never have kids, but 10 years after their marriage, they had me. While Mom was over the moon, Dad always seemed annoyed when I tried getting his attention.
Daddy, look! I found a ladybug in the park. Isn't she cute? I rescued her from a parade of ants.
Could you please take this girl away? I'm on a phone call.
Of course, honey. Come on, Clara. Let's read some Nancy Drew.
Yay! My favorite!
Dad was weird, but at least I had Mom. She was a journalist before she married Dad and had the craziest stories to tell me. And growing up, I wanted to be just like her. When I turned 10, Mom got me my first recording set, and I went crazy interviewing people on the streets.
Since how long have you been homeless? That's a cute dog. Did you steal it or buy it?
People would pass me weird stares, but I just didn't care. I was following my passion. One evening, I was in a far end of my neighborhood when I missed a turn. The street was empty and it was getting really dark, so I started to walk quickly when a shady black car pulled up next to me.
Hey, kid, are you lost? It's freezing out there. Hop in. I'll drop you off. Don't be scared. I won't harm you.
See, before he could finish, I punched him hard and ran. I thought I was successful, but seconds later the car stopped again and the guy got out, and I was shocked to see he was the frickin' mayor. He wasn't hurt, but this was so embarrassing. I apologized and he dropped me back home, but someone on the street had made a video of me punching the mayor and it went viral. I was the joke of the town, and Dad was furious.
You've crossed all limits. You hit the mayor.
It was a reflex, Dad. I was scared, and I've read so much about these kidnappers in a black car.
All this investigation and these stupid stories are ruining you. What if he wants to take action and drag us to court? I'm a really private person. I don't want this.
Jeez, relax, Dad. He won't. He knows it was just a mistake. Why are you getting so worked up?
That's it. You're grounded. And no more story hunting.
But why? Mom, say something. But as always, Mom said nothing, and I was done for. Growing up, Dad and I drifted further apart. He stayed cooped up in his office while I got busy with school and perfecting my investigation skills. On my 15th birthday, I begged Mom to get me a professional recording set with a mic, but she simply refused. We just don't have the money for it. I decided to try my luck with Dad and ask him for some money. I wouldn't tell him what it was for exactly, but he wasn't in his office. As I was leaving, suddenly my foot got caught in the carpet and I landed on some boxes full of money.
Oh my God, Clara, what are you doing in here?
Mom, you said we don't have any money. What is all this?
It belongs to your dad, and it's not your concern.
But it's a lot of money, Mom. It has to come from somewhere. Is Dad a mafia guy? Oh my God, he robbed a bank, didn't he?
Stop it. Please, Clara, you don't understand. You need to leave, now. And don't say a word about this to anyone, least of all your dad. Promise me.
Something was definitely fishy, but I'd never seen Mom so serious. So I did what she said. I wanted to know more, but I just didn't get the chance to go into Dad's study again. Soon, I got busy with school and forgot all about it. One time in 11th grade, Lena, the head cheerleader and the most popular girl, walked up to me. I heard you can uncover any truth in the world. Is that true? That depends on what kind of truth you want. Well, don't tell anyone, but I think Nick's cheating on me. Who's Nick? Do you live under a rock? Nick's my boyfriend. He's the captain of the football team. Got it. What about him? I just told you. He's cheating on me, and I want you to find out the truth. Oh, yeah. Leave this to me. Be careful. He's a very good liar. No liar can ever hide the truth from the world's greatest investigator. Go and chill, kid. I got this. I started following Nick around everywhere, but I couldn't find any dirt on him. Until one day, I saw him sneak into the coach's office and saw him making out with another girl. I waited till he left without noticing me, and then, right in the middle of the cafeteria, I made him pay. I dropped an entire carton of milk all over his head.
What the heck? What do you want, weirdo?
Listen up, everyone. This jerk right here cheated on his girlfriend.
No, I didn't.
I knew you'd say that. Here's the proof. Nick looked at me in shock as I showed him the video of his makeout session. Lena broke up with him instantly, and he was getting a lot of backlash for cheating on the most popular girl around. Soon after, he left and got transferred to North High, our rival school. After that, Lena and I started hanging out and became besties. As much as I liked having her around, her band of cheerleaders annoyed me. Especially this girl, Wendy. Lena even had a YouTube channel with her where they ran gossip sessions and fashion advice. You know, I was thinking, why don't we add Clara to the channel? Why? So we lose all our followers and our popularity? I don't think having 5 followers makes you popular. But then again, what do I know? Stop it, you two. Clara is a professional. You saw what she did with Nick, and with her brains and cool stories and my beauty tips and styling, we'll be so much more popular. We'll be like Daphne and Velma. Who? Scooby-Doo? Forget it. We should totally do it. I joined the YouTube channel soon after, and we started with collecting scoops on everyone in school. Within a few months, we hit 1 million subscribers. I was happy, but Lena was on cloud 9. Her popularity was through the roof, and she loved the attention. We got invited to every party in town, and she would drag me with her even when I didn't feel like going. One day I was at her house getting ready for a party when Wendy made a snarky comment. Do you always have to dress up like a homeless person? And why's your hair such a mess? There's nothing wrong with my hair or clothes. I don't want to look all dolled up. Detectives are meant to look rugged, right, Lena? Yeah, but it won't hurt you to put on a little makeup now and then. It'll only make you look prettier. No, it'll make me look like a bimbo. So you think I'm a bimbo? I didn't mean it like that, but Lena was already walking in the other direction. Good job, Sherlock. I wanted to apologize to Lena, but she kept ignoring me at the party and at school the next day. I got that she was mad at me, but it wasn't like she supported me in front of Wendy either. I decided to give her some time and continue doing my bit for the channel. The next day after lunch, I was passing by when I saw Wendy terrorizing the school topper and making him do her assignments. But as I took my camera out, Lena walked up to me and knocked it out of my hand. What are you doing? She's our friend. Nope, she's your friend. She doesn't even like me. Why can't you guys just try to get along? For me? I know you think we're bimbos, but that's the least you can do as my best friend. Oh, you're so dramatic. Okay, fine. I'll let this go. Just this once. And I don't think you're a bimbo. I'm sorry. Stop talking and meet me for boba tea later. Deal? Deal. And just like that, we were back to being besties. And I tried to tolerate Wendy better, even though she still got on my nerves. Soon after, the entire school was buzzing over the senior day prank wars with North High, and Lena was determined to crush the rival school, mainly because Nick was their new student body president. We need to ace this. They should never see us coming. How about we break into the school? You can't be serious, Wendy. You guys will get caught. Not with these masks, we won't. And why are you so negative? I'm being practical. It's the dumbest plan on earth. Back me up, Lena. Actually, I like it. No one will ever know. Now, are you in or out? Out. You know my dad. He would ground me for life if I got caught. You know what, Clara? I've been there for all your dumb investigations. I even got you in on the channel. And now, if you can't support me, then you're not a good friend. Hey, that's not fair. It's my channel too. I made it popular. Really? Wow. Tell me why she's here again. Oh my god, I can't deal with you guys right now. I'm going. Lena turned to leave. I didn't want her to be mad again, so I reluctantly tagged along. But just as we reached there, all the cheerleaders took out spray cans and started trashing lockers and vandalizing the walls. I tried to stop them when Lena banged into me and I went flying into a statue, crashing it to pieces. Those statues are like thousands of dollars. I told you this was a dumb idea. Oh my god, what are we supposed to do? We don't have time. Run! As I made my way home, my heart couldn't stop racing. I'd just made the most terrible mistake of my life, and I prayed no one would find out about it. But the next day at school, I felt numb when the principal called me into his office, with both Dad and Nick waiting for me there, along with a few other people from North High.
Clara, where were you last night?
I was...
Vandalizing property, right? Are you really that dumb not to know that every school has security cameras? The school authorities checked last night's footage, and guess what they found?
Nick flashed the phone in my face with footage of me crashing into the statue and breaking it. Everyone else had a mask on, but me. How could I be so stupid? But it was a mistake.
Was it? And who are these other girls with you? Do you have a name?
I wanted to punch Nick in the face. He knew I wouldn't rat Lena out, even though I was mad at her for putting me into this mess.
Now, either you pay for the damages, or you get expelled for a month, or you give me the names of all the other girls involved, and I'll think about reducing your punishment.
I can't. I'm sorry, Dad.
Expel her. There's no way I'm paying that money.
With that, Dad simply got up and left, leaving me in tears. How could he do this to me? I knew it was my fault, but he was my father. Wasn't he supposed to look after me or something? That evening at home, I had the worst argument with Dad, while Mom just stood in a corner like a stone.
Were you at that school for some dumb story? You're such a nuisance. I can't believe you're my kid.
I can't believe you're my dad either. What father gets his own child expelled over a few bucks? You never supported me, and you always acted like my existence bothers you. And it's not like you're so perfect yourself. What do you even do, Dad? How do you really make money?
How dare you talk to me like that in my own house? I don't have to take this.
Mom, are you just gonna stand there and say nothing? This suspension will go down on my record. How can you be such a coward?
What is she gonna say? Listen to me, kid. You better stop throwing tantrums and do as I say, or you'll be out of here.
I wanted to scream in Dad's face, and I felt angrier at Mom for being quiet. That night, I felt the most alone I'd ever been. The worst part about this was I couldn't talk to Lena either, even though she'd tried calling me 1,000 times. That night, I slept with the worst headache of my life. And the next morning, I woke up to loud noises and Lena shaking me like a mad person. Wake up, dummy! Wake up! Fine, I'm up. What is that noise? Get dressed and come out. Your mom needs you. It's your dad. He's been arrested. Arrested? For what? Just come down. I rushed downstairs, and I was shocked to see our entire yard was surrounded by police cars and reporters shoving cameras in my face, asking a million questions all at once.
How does it feel to be the daughter of a lying thief?
Did you know about your father's crimes this entire time? Oh my God, what was happening? Just then, I spotted Mom talking to one of the reporters. Mom, what's happening? And why is Lena saying that Dad's been arrested? What Mom told me next shook my entire world.
Your father is a criminal, Clara. He was laundering money from his company to fake accounts abroad.
I just knew it. That's what all the money was for, right?
Yes, I didn't say anything because I wanted to protect your dad. But what's the point of saving his sorry butt when he couldn't even stand up and protect his daughter? So I told the police everything. I even gave them evidence. I don't want to live like a coward.
Mom, I'm so proud of you. And I'm sorry for calling you that.
It's okay. I know it was a lot for you. Now, let's start afresh.
Talking about a fresh start, can we be friends again? I miss you, and I'm sorry for dragging you into this mess. Looks like you did me a favor there. If not for you, I wouldn't have been expelled and Mom would have never taken the step forward. So, thank you. So that means we're cool? Well, will you treat me to boba tea later? And keep that Wendy away from me? You got it. Hi, I'm Kiara, and I'm a hopeless romantic. But before I continue, please like and subscribe. I completely blame Mom for my problem. She's been a soap opera actor since her teens, and I think playing the heroine and all those love stories made her believe they were half real, even though she was often disappointed in reality. But a hopeless romantic doesn't give up easily. Despite some bad experiences, you continue to believe that one day true love really will conquer all. So I grew up watching classic romantic movies and Disney fairy tales, and I believed in soulmates and love at first sight and happily ever afters. That's what the movies told us. It had to happen as long as we believed. Well, Mom was still looking, and I was on this journey with her. And when things went bad, I was waiting with ice cream and her favorite rom-com, When Harry Met Sally. When you realize you want to spend the rest of your life with somebody, you want the rest of your life to start as soon as possible.
Oh, my heart. This gets me every time.
God, where are these men hiding? As Mom threw her bowl away angrily, my BFF Lauren walked in. Did I come at a bad time? Oh, no. We're just watching rom-coms and crying. The usual. Come on, join us. I was mostly a normal teenager, even a successful one. I'd inherited Mom's good looks, had plenty of friends, and I got good grades. My only problem was that I was always looking for love, and I fell for guys way too easily. Like there was Anthony in freshman year, who was the one, until he stopped calling and pretended he didn't know me at school. Or Leo, who forgot to tell me that he was moving to California till he had already moved. And most recently, Mark, who suddenly told me he was becoming a priest and couldn't date girls anymore. I don't get it. These guys seem to like me, and it's going great, and then I don't know what happens. They go out with you because you're pretty and cool, and then you lose your mind and drive them away. What am I doing wrong? Oh, I don't know. How about when you told Anthony on the second date that you were in love with him? Or Leo, man, you looked deep into his eyes and said you could see his soul. Or Mark, you sang a song for him at his sister's wedding. You weren't even invited. I just wear my heart on my sleeve. You come on too strong, and you always pick the wrong guys. They look like your dumb idea of Prince Charming, and they're exciting, but they're not right for you. Okay, but look at this guy I bumped into at the coffee shop today. He asked me out. Lauren immediately set a calendar alert for 6 weeks. What's that for? When you guys break up? This time it's different. I'd love to be wrong about this, but she was never wrong. 6 weeks, like clockwork, the end. And I would scream into my pillow and swear off stupid boys forever. Till the next one, of course. Lauren always supported me, but after watching my summer romance crash and burn before senior year, she'd had enough. I can't watch you go through this again. Listen, why don't you let me choose someone for you? I know you inside out, and I'll pick someone right. I'll try anything at this point. Okay, but there are 3 rules. First, you have to go out with my pick. Deal. And you have to get to know him before you decide you're in love. Don't rush into it. Agreed? And you can't reject him until you've had at least 3 dates. Done. We wrote it into a contract and signed it. Lauren was taking her research very seriously, and I couldn't wait. But that Friday, I came home from school to find moving trucks next door. I casually looked out my window, and that's when I saw him. He was carrying boxes, and it was a hot day, so he took his shirt off, and I nearly fell out. The boy was a freaking work of art, and his smile brighter than the sun. I wished I was the box he was carrying inside his house. Maybe on our wedding day? Snap out of it, idiot. I really tried, but I just couldn't stop thinking about him. So 2 days later, I went over to introduce myself. I rang the doorbell, but suddenly I lost my nerve. I turned around to run, and I tripped, and I landed face flat in mud. Someone helped me up, and I turned to the son of Zeus himself.
Hey, you okay? That must have been a bad fall.
Oh, this? No, you've got it all wrong. See, we don't have mud at our place right now, so I just came over to do a mud facial. It's really good for your skin. You should try it. Not that you need it. No, sirree.
I've seen you around, and you don't need it either. You're really pretty and all. I'm Brett, by the way.
He held out his hand, and when we touched, fireworks. I don't remember much from that moment, except that he said he was going to start at my school on Monday. I practically floated back home. I couldn't wait to tell Lauren, except the next day at school, she told me she'd finally picked someone for me. Lauren was explaining her decisions by the locker, but my eyes were busy scanning the hallways for Brett. Are you hearing any of this? Of course, yeah, sure, thank you. But just then, Brett walked up to me, smiling.
Hey, I was hoping to run into you. Think you can show me around later?
I would love to. As he walked away, Lauren turned towards me angrily. No! What do you mean, no? You have to go with the guy I picked. You signed a contract, remember? I know, it's just that… La, can't hear you. Okay, fine. Lauren had picked out this guy, Steven, and she forced me to talk to him. We'd been going to school together for years. He was perfectly nice and even cute in a skinny, geek kind of way, but I didn't feel that spark. Still, I agreed to go out with Steven on Friday night because of that stupid contract, but I couldn't get Brett off my mind. Every day that week, we met after school in his kitchen, did our homework together, and just got to know each other. I found myself falling for him, hard. On Thursday, I learned he was falling too.
So, wanna go out with me tomorrow night?
I can't. It's just this stupid thing I agreed to do for my friend. She picked someone for me and I committed to this date this Friday.
What about Saturday then?
Saturday sounds perfect. The next night was my date with Steven, and it was interesting. I always thought he was shy, but once he got talking, it was hard to stop him. He was smart and made super lame jokes that he cracked up over himself, which made me laugh, but I decided to come clean. Look, this was great, but I kinda have my heart set on someone else right now. I'm sorry.
Oh, don't be. That's a relief, actually. I'm coming out of a relationship and I'm not ready for anything serious. So, who's the guy?
It's my new neighbor. It was like love at first sight, like he's my soulmate, you know?
No, I don't actually. I think that whole idea is stupid.
What? Why?
'Cause it's stupid? Like what? We're supposed to believe that Cinderella and her prince found true love after dancing for 2.5 minutes?
There are so many other examples.
Romeo and Juliet? Those morons didn't live long enough to discover there were probably better people out there for them.
How can you not believe in love?
You have to know someone with all their flaws and then decide if you still like them enough to want to be with them. I believe in love, just not your dumb fairy tale version of it. How old are you, 10?
Gosh, you're so rude. I flung a glass of water in his face before I stormed out. Who is this jerk to judge me? I had to break the contract. No way was I going on 2 more dates with this guy. Lauren wanted to know all about my date, but I decided to tell her the details later. I had my date with Brett the next night, and that was amazing. We grabbed a quick bite from this burger joint and then went to a party with other seniors. I couldn't believe how quickly he had made friends with everyone. People just gravitated towards him, and I loved that. We danced all night, and standing next to him, I felt important. We kissed for the first time on my porch. I walked inside feeling excited and dizzy, and then I found Lauren sitting on my bed. Yeah, she knew. I'm so sorry. I was gonna tell you, it's just this time, it's really real. Lauren pulled out her phone and started flicking through it. He's incredible. He's confident and fun, and we went to this party. Lauren, can you please look at me? What are you doing? 6 weeks. Just setting my alert. Come on, don't be that way. Why did you go out with Steven in the first place? Why did you ask me to do any of this? You put so much more faith in random guys than you do in people who actually love you. Steven turned out to be a jerk, okay? He and I have nothing in common, but with Brett, it's something I've never felt before. I have to give this a chance. Okay, 6 weeks. And you know what? Just turn that alert off. You jinx my relationships. Oh, it's my fault now? I'm not turning it off. Yes, you are. Give me that. We both ended up wrestling like crazy over the phone, but as I pulled at it, it suddenly went flying and smashed into the wall. I tried to apologize, but Lauren just stormed off. I'd never really had a falling out with her, and it didn't feel good. But if she couldn't support me being with Brett, then I wasn't talking to her. Brett and I were inseparable, and every weekend we went to some new exciting place or party. I'd never felt so happy. Maybe I was finally done with all the dates and all the boys, but after a perfect month, things slowly started started changing. Brett seemed a bit distant. He didn't want to go out on dates or parties so often now. When I asked him about it, he said he missed hanging out with his friends and wanted to spend more time with them. But I had this nagging feeling, and I'm not proud of this, but I followed him from his house to the other end of town, watched him walk into a house party, then watched him kiss another girl. I stormed up to him and grabbed him by his shirt. "What do you think you're doing?"
Kiara, you followed me?
"You're cheating on me."
Look, can we please not do this here?
OMG, is this your crazy ex you were just telling me about? The one who has a whole journal for your future wedding? Girl, I saw the pictures, and you're pathetic. My what? You went through my things and took pictures?
I just found it under your pillow one day. What were you thinking, planning our wedding? You even had pictures of what our kids would look like. Who does that?
What I do in private is none of your business, and I never said anything to you.
But it was about me, and it's just creepy, okay? And I guess it made me realize that you're way more into me than I am into you.
And you weren't even man enough to break up with me? You just started seeing someone else? You know who does that? A stupid jerk. I pushed him so hard that he fell on his new girlfriend, and I ran out of the party in angry tears. As I waited for an Uber outside, someone gently took my hand. It was Steven. Oh, perfect. You were here to see everything. Go ahead, gloat, laugh at me.
I don't want to do that, Kiara. He's a jerk. This is not your fault.
No, but it is, because I'm so in love with the idea of being in love that I ignore the signs. I've seen him flirting with other girls, and I know he's full of himself, but I just felt so lucky that he chose me. That is pathetic, isn't it?
What can I do to make you feel better? Can I take you home?
Could you take me to Lauren's? I found Lauren in her room, and I just burst into tears. She immediately put her arms around me like she'd done every time in the past. You have to see how valuable you really are. You give too much of yourself to people who don't deserve it. What I don't deserve is a friend like you. But you're stuck with me anyway. Lauren stuck with me in the weeks that followed, and she wouldn't let Brett come near me in school when he tried to apologize. But Brett was persistent. Finally, I agreed to meet him on my porch, and for the first time, he didn't seem so confident.
I made a terrible mistake, Kiara. I just got freaked out over nothing, and not being with you made me realize how I really feel about you. Please, give me another chance.
It would have been so easy to just fall into his arms. No, I'm too valuable to give you any more of my time. It's over, we're over. A couple of weeks later, I was sitting on the bleachers when Steven joined me.
I need to apologize for our date. I had no right to judge you.
Yeah, you didn't, but you weren't wrong. And for the record, I was enjoying our date till I got mad at you.
I was enjoying our date too, till you told me you liked someone else. I lied about my breakup.
Hi, I'm Marianne from a small town in Austria. A few years ago, I accidentally discovered that I'm adopted, and my dad doesn't know I know. Since then, all I've wanted is to find my real parents. Before I continue, please like and subscribe. I never knew my mom, but I grew up with the most amazing dad. He worked as a carpenter, and even though we never had much money, I had everything I needed. And what I needed most were books. Dad would read to me every night, and I became obsessed. When I joined school and discovered the library, I felt like I'd gone to heaven. And I always preferred my friends from stories over real people. Once in 6th grade, I needed to use the dictionary, so I went to Dad's room and climbed a stool to take it down from the shelf. Just then, the stool under me wobbled, and I went crashing to the floor with some books. As I started picking everything up, I saw something that left me shook. It was a picture of a couple holding a baby, and the woman looked exactly like me. She had to be my mom, and the man next to her was my real dad? I turned the picture over, and all it said was, Vienna 2005. That was my birth year. Were my real parents in Vienna? I snuck the picture into my pocket. Dad had kept it a secret, and I had to know why. I was waiting to confront Dad that evening, but he didn't come home. Hours passed, and he wouldn't even pick up his phone. Just then, there was a loud knock on the door, and it was Dad's friends from work, bringing him on a wheelchair. Oh my God! Dad, what happened? He'd had a terrible fall at work and wasn't allowed to walk for months. And even after he fully recovered, he had a permanent limp now. I put aside all thoughts of confronting him about my real parents. I didn't want to make things harder for him. Once in the 8th grade, I'd gone with Dad to the market when suddenly he got a cramp in his leg and lost his balance. He went crashing straight into a wealthy-looking man who in turn fell onto a food seller's stall, bringing down the whole thing with him. As I helped Dad up, the wealthy man turned to him furiously.
You blind, ignorant man. Look what you've done. My suit is ruined. Do you know what it costs? More than your house, I'm sure.
Don't talk to my father like that. He didn't do it intentionally. He has an injured leg.
So why is this cripple going around causing trouble for everyone else? I want the money for my suit.
You may have all the wealth in the world, sir, but you certainly don't have any compassion. My father's ailments is something he can't help. But what's your excuse for your cold, unfeeling, dead heart?
Hey, kid, just shut up and...
But just then, a rich-looking lady stepped forward.
Don't talk like that to the child.
Will this solve your problem? She waved a thick bundle of cash in his face. In 2 seconds, the man's anger was gone. The rich lady even gave money to the stall owner, and she offered to take me and Dad home. We invited her in, and soon after, she said something completely unexpected.
I'm so impressed with you, Marianne. And this might sound strange, but
would you like to come live with me in Vienna? I would love to send you to a really good school. Vienna? That's where my real parents were from. This was my chance to look for them. She even said she'd hire Dad as a handyman on her estate. I was really eager to go, and within a week, we'd packed up our lives and moved. The lady's estate was 5 times larger than my school, and Dad and I were given a small cottage to live in. And just a few days later, the lady told me I'd be joining her daughter's school. On my first day, as I walked up to the lady's car, a girl suddenly pushed me aside.
Ooh, maid, where do you think you're going? Go clean something.
Where are your manners, Lisa? This is the amazing girl I told you about, and I'd like you two to be friends.
Oh, she's your charity case?
She looks like her only friends would be cows and baby goats. And what is so distasteful about being friends with such lovely creatures, may I ask?
No, you may not ask me anything. Who talks like that, freak?
She got in and slammed the door shut. I just stayed silent during the ride, but then suddenly, Lisa made the driver stop. I'm not gonna be seen with you. You can walk the last few blocks. She pushed me out and drove off. What a witch! Just as I was crossing the road, a sports car came speeding and stopped inches away from me. A cute boy stepped out from the back seat and shouted,
"Hey, watch where you're going, loser."
Wow, who were these people? Turns out the jerk was in my class along with Lisa. I could see them all looking me up and down, but I just ignored them. Later at recess, I sat alone reading. The boy took a seat at my table with his friends behind him.
I don't think I introduced myself before. I'm Vincent. What's your name?
You can call me whatever you like. After all, what's in a name?
Huh? What are you saying?
Would a rose smell less sweet if it was named garbage? Would a fire not burn us if it was called a flower? Would I be less annoyed by you if my name wasn't Marianne? The answer is no.
Why are you talking like that, weirdo? So, your name's Marianne? That's kind of pretty.
You don't need to remember it. I don't think we'll have much to do with each other. And with that, I just left.
Aw, poor Vincent. How does it feel to be rejected by a girl? Oh, please. I just need a little time with her, and she'll be head over heels in love. I can work my magic on any girl. Well, I'm not so sure about this one. Challenge accepted.
It was no surprise that Vincent and Lisa were best friends, and their gang was the meanest bunch of kids around. I'd see them picking on smaller kids at recess or poking fun at their classmates. They didn't even spare the teachers. So I was horrified when the physics teacher announced that I'd be paired with Vincent for a project. But he looked delighted. I tried ignoring him and was reading the science book to figure out something when suddenly he snatched it from me.
Why are you always staring at a book when you could be looking at more beautiful things? Like me.
I don't have time for your nonsense, Vincent. Give that back.
Okay, but only if you agree to go out with me.
I'd rather jump off a cliff.
Wrong answer.
And with that, he ripped some pages out and threw the book in the trash bin. What is the matter with you? Don't you have any respect for anyone or anything? God, you're such an imbecile.
Why do you use such strange words? An what now?
An imbecile. It means a fool, an idiot, a dummy, a moron. I pushed him away and he went crashing into our half-finished project, but I didn't even care. There was no way I was working with him. A few days later, I was walking back home when suddenly it started to pour heavily. As I dashed through the rain, a car stopped me, and Vincent rolled down the window.
Hey, you're gonna get sick. Get in the car.
I'd rather catch pneumonia.
Oh my God.
Just get in. Hate me later. Reluctantly, I got in, and a minute later we were driving up to his gigantic mansion. He quickly led me to the fireplace in the library, and my mouth was just wide open. I've never seen so many books in one place in my whole life. What a treasure this is.
Well, you're welcome to take some. I don't read them, and my parents are hardly ever here.
I felt a bit sorry for him. That sounded lonely. And suddenly, I remembered something. Oh my God, my parents' picture! I dug through my pockets to find it all wet, and I started flapping it around to dry it.
What's that, and why are you acting crazy?
It's the only picture I have of my real parents. I told him how I'd discovered it and that I carried it around with me, hoping I'd find them somewhere.
I think I could help you with that. My parents know a good private investigator. He could probably track them down.
Do you really mean that? That would be amazing! Thank you so much! As we spent some time talking, I felt myself warming up to Vincent. When he walked me out to go home with his driver, I suddenly turned to him. Vincent, why do you act that way in school?
What do you mean?
I mean, you have everything in the world, and you're wasting every opportunity to learn. And all you do is tease and mock other people. I'm sure your life isn't perfect, but that's not an excuse to be the worst version of yourself most of the time. I thought he'd be really mad, but instead, he took my hand.
I'm sorry you've only seen the worst of me. I'll try to change that.
He kissed me on the cheek before he turned away, and for some reason, I couldn't stop smiling all the way home. As I was walking down to the cottage, Lisa suddenly jumped out from behind a tree. Is that Vincent's car you just got off from? Why? It's none of your business, Lisa. Vincent is very much my business. I know you have a wild imagination, but don't start dreaming that someone like him could ever like you. I pushed her aside and walked off. She was crazy, as if I wanted someone like Vincent. Or did I? He was just so nice after that day. He'd come sit next to me in the cafeteria, help me carry my stuff, and one time as I was walking back home, he leapt out of a car and decided to walk with me. He told me the investigator was hopeful we'd find my parents really soon. And a few days later, when he asked me to be his date for the Christmas dance at school, I really couldn't refuse. Dad had surprised me one evening with the most beautiful dress, and at the dance, I felt like someone straight out of a fairy tale. I was searching for Vincent in the hall when I felt a gentle tap on my shoulder.
Wow, you look really beautiful, Marianne.
He took my hand and led me to the dance floor, and it felt like we were in our own little world. At the end of the song, he suddenly pulled me closer and leaned in to kiss me. Everyone around us was clapping and cheering as I kissed him back. During the evening, I went to freshen up in the bathroom, and when I returned, I found Vincent in a corner with Lisa and his friends.
Wow, Vincent, you really take a challenge seriously. You said you could make any girl fall for you, and you proved it. That kiss could have fooled even me.
Marianne has totally fallen for your Prince Charming act. It's gonna be so much fun when you dump her. That's what I was? A challenge? Vincent looked shocked as they all turned around to see me behind them.
No, Marianne, wait. It's not what you...
I suddenly slapped him hard. Why did I think you were actually a decent human being? You even pretended to help me find my parents just to convince me that you cared? You're the most vile person I've had the misfortune to meet. I hate you. No, I despise you. I didn't go to school for days. I just didn't want to see anyone's face. But one day, Dad walked into my room holding a package.
A boy from your school dropped this, saying it was important. Forgive me for opening it first, but Marianne, you've known about your parents and you've been looking for them?
Wait, what? Dad, I'm sorry, I just needed to know. He gave me the package as he sat down on my bed, and I looked through the papers with trembling hands. The first was a newspaper clipping saying my parents were politicians who had been sentenced to prison for 25 years for stealing state funds.
I worked at your parents' house. When they were arrested, you were going to be sent to an orphanage, and I just really wanted a kid, so I adopted you, Marianne. I kept the truth from you because I thought it would only make you upset. I'm sorry if I haven't been the best dad.
I jumped forward and hugged him, tears pouring down my face. No, You're the most amazing dad anyone could possibly have. I just wanted to know who they were. But it's not because I've ever been unhappy with you as my father. Not ever. Dad hugged me back.
If you ever want to see them, I'll arrange a visit, okay? It won't bother me at all. I know you're my daughter. By the way, that boy just left if you want to talk to him.
I ran out the door after Vincent, who was walking down to the gate. Why did you do that? Your stupid challenge was over, right? Why did you make an effort to find my parents?
Marianne, it did start off as a stupid challenge, and I wasn't planning on falling for you. But I did, almost instantly. What I feel for you is real and true. I wouldn't have made all that effort if I didn't love you. You're the most special girl I've ever met, and you make me want to be a better person. I'm so sorry for hurting you. Please forgive me, will you?
I looked into his earnest eyes and slowly smiled. I'd rather go down with the Titanic, but I stepped closer and pulled him in for a kiss.